Hey.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, Peter.
Ah!
Terrifying internet.
Would be interesting. If things become sentient and get a voice, hearing what they don't have the voice you expect them to have. Hey, I'm the internet. What's going on?
Seems kind of chill and jovial. This is not what I expected from the Internet.
I contain multitudes, Peter.
I am the Internet from circa 1992.
Oh,
I contain multitudes. I have both Nazis and Confederate
Oh
sympathizers.
no. They're getting along way
Wow.
better than you'd expect.
yeah. They
It's
get
almost as
along
if
way
their
better than
ideologies.
any two anarchists together could not get along so well.
Yeah.
Righty. What did we do last time? That was just like a couple days ago.
Yeah, what happened last episode?
We solved
lot
a
for-
thing. Wait, no. Did we solve a thing?
We solved
Answered
two
a thing.
questions.
Answered
Yeah,
two questions.
two questions.
I described it as the X-Files episode set at the clinic.
Oh, it was, yeah. Ren went from suicide to homicide in 60 seconds.
And not at Grover, which is what you would have expected.
And not at Grover, I would have thought.
My notes are sparse, but the first up one says, "Brother Thumb gonna get you."
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
Oh, yeah, we're going to a
we
sex
did-
party.
Am I
So
thinking-
get us in terms of
Am I thinking of a different episode, or was it? Did we have something we were going to take care of first thing this episode? Or am I
Yes,
just
got a
making that
journey
up from-
scene coming up.
a journey to somewhere, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to solve the Battle Saint situation.
Yeah, that one's waiting for us.
So in the content of last one, we had the agent come in, meet you guys in
Oh yeah.
the divinity consultant come in and meet you all at the operating theater. You examined the corpse.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big old horror show all around. Or the corpse bits. Ren tried to talk to the corpse and it was not dead. The
Yes, it
agent
was.
picked the head, and that's where Ren got murdery. And then Bastion did his play and made him dead again. And oh yeah, and then the agent rumored Ren into you're indifferent to the head. I heard a rumor. And left. Then in the process of chasing him, they ran into the other snuff guy in the lobby. Reverend, which one was it? Reverend Toe, I think it was. Reverend Tooth, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Ran to Reverend Tooth, and he invited you to their little get together. Bastion, and I think Hugh ran into the floating lady in the room, whose
Oh, yeah.
family was trying to get her to not go off with the silver lining, but she was just floating in rapture, talking about all the good things that happened. Sir Bastion promised his soul to
Oh right.
Because I'll be able to get out of that.
there was a contract.
That's a tomorrow sir.
I love the
problem.
idea that he has already has other ones.
Yeah. And she
Figure it
put into
out.
a bunch of papers that I'm going to put in their archive, much to Hugh's chagrin.
I got out of the equity theater contract.
Oh my
You
God.
amateurs aren't going to cross me.
Oh, no.
Reverend Tooth has some of Ren and now Zeph's blood.
That
And
seems fine.
hope the attendant became Sir Bastion's understudy. And you're all in the car now. You answered
Moving
two
right along.
questions
Oh.
from that assignment. You answered what is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed at the clinic? That was souls being promised to various gods. Can the custodians put a meaningful end to the suffering here? Yes, easy. No problem. With a complication. There's a complication pending.
Barely anything.
Hugh has another complication pending from last session before last too. Which
Oh
is-
no.
Oh yes. From when you got the anesthetic seal.
Oh no.
And so now the two remaining questions on the miraculous clinic of the bleeding witness are, either which outlawed faith poses the greatest threat, that's complexity 4, and that gives you the special move God Killer. There's also who is secretly funding the unsanctioned work of the clinic, also complexity 4, and that gets you the condition hero, which I'm sure is 100% good.
100% good heroes.
Other two we have are the Skyward Sprawl, which we have not touched at all yet.
Probably fine.
And the Sleepless Warden, which has a question. Yes, the warden was wakened accidentally. What new purpose can it serve? That's complexity 6. You'll resolve the assignment by working with the community to integrate the warden into the modern world, and you have 8 available clues for that complexity 6. So that's that.
Can't miss.
Boom. Mark new elective end of section questions if you like.
Forgot to do that.
Does anyone have any pending narrations or advancements?
No, I just have a wonky
for
spreadsheet.
me.
It makes it look like
I had an advancement and I had some notes about a custom move.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I forgot to work it out with you, so I'm bumping my vitality.
All right, great.
In the hope that I survive my next electric discharge.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I really got to go to a clinic about that.
I forgot you were a superhero.
No new assignments since you all have 3, but we are jumping into a journey scene. And that journey scene is going to be, I think we're going back to the dig. Yeah. The dig is between here and Welkin's Vigil, I suppose. So this is the construction site visible by the side of the road, along with the usual traffic cones and safety vests being wearing the mark of the watchful step. Preparations are underway for some kind of dig or foundation work. All sorts of fucked up stuff was there before, but now you see the paint scene question here is a hallowed supervisor has been installed at the edge of the pit. It looks like they're building like the foundation of a building. A hallowed supervisor has been installed at the edge of the pit. Its bulbous head looms over spindly stilt arms, and dozens of eye stalks twitch to and fro as the workers toil below.
Wow, that is awful.
The scene questions, which I'll put in chat, are: what discovery seems to have prompted this renewed urgency in the operation, and what makes you fear for the workers' safety? Everyone can answer those.
What makes us fear for the workers' safety?
What is this overseer hallowed to?
The watchful,
the watchful, sorry?
The watchful step.
What was that physical description again? Dare I ask?
Yeah, it's actually under.
The scariest part of what Mark just said.
Yeah.
It's under the dig.
Search for eye stalks here.
Have not been great.
There we go.
Journey scenes, row 349.
Whoa.
Thank you. Hallowed.
Oh yeah, thanks for asking.
Stilt arm is eye stalks. I did find it by searching for the text eye stalk.
Thank you.
Well, if role playing has taught me anything, one of those eye stalks is a disintegration ray.
Zeph would know. He's an expert in those.
Okay.
I think one of the things is what's the question about renewed urgency? What has renewed the urgency of this operation of like the digging?
What discovery seems to have prompted the renewed urgency in the operation, and what makes you fear for the workers' safety?
Oh, I have a
I didn't return on that.
Discovery.
There we go.
I think the discovery. I think this is what it's asking for. I think in why they were digging, they hit a spot that at first they were afraid was like a sinkhole because like the dirt just started like kind of pouring down into it. But weirdly, it never forms a hole and it never stops pouring. So it's almost like a little perpetual dirt, not whirlpool, but vortex,
Yeah.
where it looks like a sinkhole that's constantly in action and never, like the dirt never, it's like how does it keep going? There's only a limited amount of dirt, but it's just an
Never empties
endless.
the hole, never holes.
Yeah. It never finishes sinking.
I think there's also a fence around the sinkhole that said, and there's signage that says that has several prayer marks on it, and the wording is "You are not safe at any distance."
Oh,
Like, like this is not a place of honor. Neither is
Nothing.
this. Keep going.
Are memorialized here.
I think although they are digging in place where there shouldn't have been anything, maybe like in the sinkhole area, like they're trying to like also clear it off, like the dirt keeps falling, and they're trying to clear it off, and there's already something built, like a doorway or a hatch with some marks on it, and banging from the inside.
Of course.
yeah. I think that is it day or night right now?
It's probably late afternoon, right?
Late afternoon.
I think whatever time makes sense for you.
Yeah, so the shadows are really long right now since it's late afternoon. But this sinking pit that keeps sinking, like the shadows don't fall across it. So there's like been something weird physics is going on, so a god's at work, so there's more urgency.
Yeah.
And then yeah, for the workers' safety, other than that just also being dangerous. You can see that the workers are pushing one another to not be the one that's closest to the edge of the pit.
Cool. I think that's
As if they have seen someone already go down.
And perhaps come back.
And perhaps come, yeah. Maybe it is watching them right now.
Oh no.
As their
Maybe
supervisor.
that's the new hallowed supervisor.
Yeah.
No.
Came back out with more eye stalks.
Yeah.
yeah, oh geez, it's
The end.
that's that pasted weird. To
Why is it so scary?
Oh God.
you can do the journey move now. When you and at least one other custodian share a scene where you discuss your personal history or relationship to divinity, you each clear a condition, then stumble on a clue. And the question here is, what encounter compelled you to make a drastic change in your life?
He was just double inspired.
I don't need to talk about nothing.
Actually, yeah, nobody. I think Rin's the only one with a.
Oh
clue.
yeah, I
It's
thought I got rid of
bad.
it though.
You got rid of
Where am
it. You were
I? Oh,
horrified.
but I'm indifferent. Is
Yeah.
that so bad? What's it to you? Yeah, I'd like to get rid of indifferent. I'm not telling you nothing.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Indifferently recounting the story.
Indifferently. As if
I don't know. And then I made a drastic change or whatever.
I like cut my hair or whatever. A drastic
There was
change.
such a big deal about
Like
this.
you wouldn't notice my cut hair because I'm always wearing this beekeeper mask, but
That's why they started wearing the beekeeper mask. Bad haircut.
Bad haircut. I have to let it grow out again. Yeah, I think there was an encounter. Uh, I think I might just go obvious with this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's when Ren was in their early 20s, they were tasked with making Jesus. It's first. Oh, Mark in the chat. They needed to make the quarterly sacrifice for the bank. And Ren was pretty accustomed to doing this. So they performed the sacrifice, did all the rites to the in the vault where they do the sacrifices, the bank vault, to the money gods.
Mhm.
And left the corpse there where they do, and then started walking away to the vault door and heard someone say, "Don't go yet." And the corpse was talking to them. And so this is the first time Ren heard a corpse talk and turned, and like the corpse was like whispering. So finally you see scenes of like Ren listening, Ren seeing the Karen maid in the distance, throwing the corpse over their shoulder, and then walking and following the Karen maiden until they find the place that this person would like to be buried, which is beside a tombstone with a bone on it, of the loyal friend Sir Sparks. And yeah, that was the first time Ren heard a corpse and the Cairn Maiden, and you can see like Ren just kind of do their like wander off move, and not go back to the bank.
Nice. Are you telling someone about that on the ride? Or who are you talking to?
Oh yeah, I guess I'm telling this story. We have a lot of people. Oh, I think it's the new girl.
It
Or
has
does it need to be another character?
another custodian. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Sebastian, but also the new girl. I think the new girl was like bothering me and asking me questions, which none of the custodians would normally do. It's just like, oh wow, I've never met someone from, I don't know if I'm allowed, am I allowed to be the NPC?
I can do it.
Yeah, I just think that she was like so excited to meet someone who was a Karen Maiden person, and like was like, well, can I ask you some questions? It's for like maybe a future character. And like then that story comes out and it's like, well, how did you become a follower? And I think everyone in the car gets really quiet because no one has ever actually asked Rin this
Just
or
casually.
wanted to. Yeah, and I think Ren recounts this story like very full of drama, but muffled under a beekeeper hat, facing backwards while everyone else is facing forwards. And then there's just like
Everyone's kind of
silence.
You're
Yeah. And then just the silence of the road after this story ends.
Do you take it off to eat, or do you just kind of like lift up the bottom and slide some food?
This is
That's
the-
enough questions for now. This is why I don't ask Ezra questions.
Hope just has a gift for getting people to talk about themselves.
Good, Hope. You're naturally inquisitive. It's a trait you need as an actor. You're constantly taking in your surroundings and people and traits into your toolbox.
Oh no.
Why does that guy have so many eyes?
The purest soul.
I can see Grover having a response to that.
Yes. The one thing that Grover and Ren agree upon.
Because
Um,
there's not following the true God.
would you like to stumble upon a clue,
Forgot about that.
Ren? Since you're the
Oh,
one
yeah.
journeying.
Can it be a clue for any of the assignments?
Yeah, but probably leave off the Skyward Sprawl just because we have not seen anything at all about it yet.
Oh, yeah. What do we want to get a clue for?
We don't need any more for the
Yeah, maybe
Unless
one
we
for
want +3 instead of +2 on solving the warden.
I mean, that's
Mhm.
true. Guess it's never a bad thing.
But if hope is from the leading witness,
Oh,
yeah, maybe
there
she
you go.
reveal something or
That's a good reason to have a clue for that. You, in return for being questioned, Rin, maybe you ask Hope questions.
yeah.
Yeah. What made you be such a flip-flop? And follow what brought you to the, yeah, maybe, well, before you, I think, okay, here's what I say. Rin says, well, before you flip-flopped, what brought you to the weird surgery gods?
Yeah, what clue does she reveal?
Those
Mm.
clues make it BYOC.
First, I got invited to an
Oh.
improv class.
This is for the Bleeding Miracle Clinic.
Reckless Clinic.
Is it like a hospital bracelet?
Yeah. Is it a hospital
Maybe
break?
a hospital bracelet that rots off her arm,
Oh, a
that,
rotted
like,
hospital bracelet.
or a rotted, like, I think
You
it's
mean
like when you wear
just
a festival bracelet too long and it just kind of falls off. Sorry, Ben, what did you
because
say?
I was going to say just for a minute when you said like a bracelet that rots off her arm. I was wondering if rots was uh, acting on her arm. If the bracelet
Oh,
was rotting her arm.
her arm
Oh,
off, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was admitted to the clinic early on, and then what's his name, Mr. Silvercloud, talked to her,
Yeah.
Phineas Gland, and converted her to join the reception crew.
Yeah. And now that she's kind of abandoned them, well, we'll find out.
What
Yeah.
I'm getting here internally that I don't say out loud is, so she seems to be pretty easily convertible.
Yeah, she is
Professor
fickle.
Cloud
You
is
better
like,
be.
I'm working for you now. Sees me do a little scene. Never mind, I'm working for you now.
Hope is a chameleon.
Mm,
Perfect actor.
exactly.
hope contains
But
multitudes.
Why she'll be such a great actor.
She'd be so good.
Grover regretting that he has no literature to give her about the wax.
He tore it all up.
Does he have some tapes that he'd already unwound? He has empty tapes.
Oh, there you go. Make an offshoot of the wax and Scrivener that's about audio instead. Record everything and then unwind the tapes.
Fantastic. Cool. So, we get to Welkin's Vigil.
Oh, this place again.
So let me.
Go see baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're like this route takes you up along the coast by the windmills, and you see the windmills and the chapel and everything. So this is a paint the scene question. What do you see about the countryside that tells you that the warden has been running wild across the countryside around it?
Oh no. with it. We pass by these mounds of metal that seem very misshapen, just like old scrap iron that's been piled up. And as we get closer and closer to Welkin's visual, they start looking more and more like half-constructed battle wardens.
Mm.
So it's like it's finding parts and making more of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Fantastic.
That's really good.
Yeah. Maybe along those lines, we also see some abandoned cars that have had some of the metal ripped off. Like, so you know, like something has destroyed part of it and then harvested some of it.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I think you don't see any like not wrecked cars on your trip.
Yeah.
Pick around one person has like kind of a house away from the city, and they now have like kind of around the perimeter of their house, they've laid out in a strange pattern a bunch of tree trunks and logs, which would be because that would be hard for the battle saint to get close.
So they like palisades around their house.
Yeah, it's more like, it'd be a slipping hazard for a big clumsy battle saint. It's hard to like walk on logs because they start rolling around.
Maybe that was Harlan, the bird watcher that you met.
Oh,
Comedy.
no.
Not that it couldn't if it really wanted to, but it probably just wouldn't bother with the effort to be like,
like putting the club on your steering wheel.
Yeah, like it could technically get past the logs, but it's more like, nah, I'll just avoid it because walking on those is a pain in the ass.
You don't have to be better than the battle saint. You just have to be better than your neighbor.
Yeah. All the wood that you harvested from your neighbor's house to yard to
now your neighbor
build up your
doesn't
own.
have a house or any defenses.
Sorry. So the question we are going to look to answer eventually is
eventually being now.
What new purpose could it serve?
Yeah.
Since it was awakened accidentally. And for accidentally, we said it was just the town's tension and xenophobia.
Did everyone answer the paint the scene question?
I did.
Can you remind us of the question?
What do you see in the countryside as you approach Welcome's visual that tells you that the warden has been running rampant?
Several of the like guardrails on the road have just been busted through.
It's probably incorporated to the baby wardens.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because if you look to your left, you see a rampaging battle warden. Hey.
Subtle clues.
Oh yeah, we could have just been like, we just see it. It's out there.
Hey, look, there it is,
It's standing in the road.
Anything.
Rampaging.
I think as you enter the town, what are you afraid the warden's going to do if it hears your car approaching?
Become our best friend.
It's worse than that.
Incorporate us.
Incorporate the car
with us in the car. Yeah, and us.
Tear up the car and us to make bits
kind of
of
do
new
that
wardens.
thing where you compact a car into a cube with us in it.
Yeah, and I think the worst part is that it uses each of you as like hallowed saints to animate the new battle saints.
So good.
Wonderful.
Do I get more eye stalks? Was it?
Who's driving?
I could.
Zev, I'd like you to make a roll with communion.
Communion. That's the one I just bumped. Okay, 0.
Solid 0.
Okay, better than -1.
Wait, don't I have a...
Are you inspired? Yeah, you're inspired. You have some stuff.
Oh,
grounded in faith.
Yeah, I'm inspired.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm grounded in faith.
All right.
You have a pit in a box.
Yeah. There's all these things. Yeah, okay. With the guidance, I mean, Could I say that we have, like, we've taped that radio from the other god to the car, and I just feel inspired by that.
Nice.
Uh, how inspired? A 6.
Okay.
Oh no.
Um,
Which is funny considering that what I titled this.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
332. So yeah, it's weird that you don't hear the Battle Saint coming because you're used to hearing it stomping around. Uh, but in fact, when it is actively hunting, it flies and kind of just like rips the top of the car off. And before you see it, it has, it has Zeph in one clutch and is like wrapping you with the top of the car and is going to carry you off and hollow you into one of the baby saints. Unless,
Hi, everyone.
unless you'd
Oh,
like.
Got a new job.
so my new Poxmarter character.
Oh,
I'll name him Fez. Yeah, okay. Should I mark? Yeah.
you could mark it and mark a verse, and then Heath could jump in to grab
Oh.
your verse.
Oh, but Heath isn't here.
Heath, no!
Oh no!
He's left you to the gods.
Heath is never
Boy.
ready.
I hope that pizza he's eating is worth it. Yeah, I'll mark a verse, and I'll a flashback to the event which made you step away from your faith. That
Ooh,
sounds
yeah,
fun.
let's see that.
Yeah. Oh,
You want to do that
Heath?
or save it?
Oh, well, I just marked a verse.
Of prophecy.
Of history.
No, darn.
Yeah.
Oh,
You weren't here to
God.
save him.
Son of a. I can only help you if you mark a verse of prophecy.
None of us are cooperating. I'm sorry, Heath.
Oh no, okay. I'll mark a verse of prophecy.
Aw, boo.
Yeah.
Mark
Hey,
does
you
not
want me to
approve.
use my move and do that for you?
Wouldn't it be funny if I was like, nah, I'm okay. Like,
I got this.
No,
I
yeah.
want to see that.
Sure,
Look,
sure.
I kinda
I mean,
wanna see
if
that.
you want to, you can only move it 3 times, right?
Mhm.
Yes, but that's why I took the damn move.
Yeah.
Do it. So what just happened that I need to inspire you about?
When we were driving, it attracted the Battle Saint, and it grabbed me and tore away part of the car.
I'll-
And wrap burritoed Zeph into the car to make a new baby battle scene.
Oh no.
Which would also be funny to imagine in the scenario of like the 5 of you in the car being like, okay, like Hope, can you drive?
So then I
Oh,
somehow.
Like,
Red
I
is
know.
just kind of waving a hand.
So if I use
the
my
car
move,
still
Drive?
works.
if I use my
Anyone?
move, I somehow inspire
Rover?
him so that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, you just command a space between contact and rally as long as you're present. Describe how you inspire them to boldly seize the moment. Yeah.
I
Go
think
for Zeph.
like at the last minute we see the Battle Saint like coming toward the car, and I'm like, Zeph, there's a reason. There's a reason. We always have you drive, Zeph. You're the best driver among us. This is your moment. This is the reason you are driving the car. You can outmaneuver a Battle Saint. Look, he's big, he's bulky, he's clunky. You're light, you're sleek like lightning. You are the Saint Electric, but in a car. You are greased lightning. Greased lightning. You can get us around this Battle Saint.
I feel like we should then like smash cut to like me driving like the car, but like after everything's been torn up away from it, like so it's just like a steering wheel and we like go and like coast into a parking spot and it just like falls apart.
Yep.
But we're safe. No. Okay.
Why
You're
don't
not
you make our
entirely
car
wrong.
electric?
So I think instead of you getting ripped out of the car, I think the battle tank does bash the car, and it rolls on its side.
Oh, we just got that fixed.
No,
Ugh.
Zeph, how do you feel when a battle tank bashes a car that you're driving?
I energized. Um,
I mean, maybe
yeah.
you're
I think I'll just go with scared.
yeah.
Mark, did you have your thumbs up?
What?
You have like a little thumbs up on yours. I think it like,
Oh, probably saw like a gesture.
yeah, so a
It
gesture.
works for me.
I think maybe yeah, maybe playing off the like energy, like maybe you actually get some like juice from the same electric to kind of not get killed, and maybe some of that is
Hmm.
like I think wired might be the
Mhm.
Yeah,
um
the
four
condition.
of you are sitting, or six of you are sitting in the car, kind of like hanging by your seatbelts if you were wearing seatbelts. Um,
Yeah.
and
Nope. Ryan
still,
does not wear a seatbelt. It is
Yeah.
confining.
still hear the battle tank stomping around outside now, kind of circling. What would you like to do?
Oh boy. Have a freewheeling conversation.
Yes.
I
Can we quickly discuss how to end this
Yeah.
fucking assignment?
think there might be more verses involved with that if you decide to do that.
So we gotta get away from the
Uh,
saint so that we can go have a discussion to
Yeah.
come find the saint.
Mhm.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, it's not going to be hard to find again. So
Fair,
got that going for you.
which is nice. Um, yeah, if only we could lure him into the never-ending pool. Comes
Yeah.
back with a bunch of eye stalks.
I'll tell the battle
No!
saint a spellbinding tale. No.
Uh, is there anything? I mean, are we near a forest or are we near what's his name's fortified house?
Oh, and
And we
you know
make a
what?
run.
This is the first time you've actually been close enough to the battle saint to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I think this triggers another paint a scene. Like what does it look like? Describe one miraculous thing about it.
Just keep having to do Mark's job.
Hmm. I mean, what do we know about it? What's canonical, I guess, about it so far? It's a big metal bird.
It is, let's see. An iron cormorant, a decommissioned battle saint. Used to be on display in the town square.
Hmm.
Its head is like an like a suit of armor helmet,
Mhm.
but inside it doesn't have a visor. Where it would have a visor is just one big eyeball
Yes.
that looks around, just a big eyeball in a helmet.
Oh my God.
Probably shoots things.
So the paint the scene is, what does it look like?
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, Ben.
So like a cormorant's got a big, like a big slinky neck, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, kind of like a
Uh,
one of them.
uh, uh, it has a like an alien internal mouths. So like it opens up its mouth and like other slinky necks come out.
Yes.
Oh no.
Classic. So scary.
I think when it's in battle mode or when it's engaged in combat, it starts playing, like you hear it on a tinny radio somewhere within it, like patriotic Gold Coast songs. Like whatever the local equivalent of proud to be an American is.
Nice.
You know, not like Ride of the Valkyries or
Just like shriekly and
yeah.
chest puffing. The Gold Coast stands forever. Wow, wow.
And how does that song go, Peter?
Oh
Da,
God.
da, 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 da.
Go.
Are these real pictures?
Those are real, actual pictures of real, actual cormorants.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were like getting these on
Nope, those are just the first hits that
But-
come up.
they're just weirdos. So cormorant is a bird that can
Oh.
dive, and that's very cool about it. So it
Hmm.
is also amphibious.
Ooh,
So sorry, made it more dangerous.
good, good, good. Cool. So we are back to you are stuck in a car, Jurassic Park style, with the what much worse than a T-Rex thing stomping around outside.
It only senses movement and metal.
Does seem to be attracted
Let's
to
sit
noise.
still and throw away our feelings.
It definitely is attracted to noise.
Hmm.
Well, we're fucked.
Hmm.
Who's the who's the talkiest among us that we can use as a decoy? Probably Grover.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Grover,
Hope or
clearly.
Hope, Grover and Hope together. I think
Probably so bad.
we were trying to protect our friend,
And maybe trying to kill Grover.
and maybe trying to kill Grover. If it happens, it's just a bonus.
I mean, you can use Grover in the scene for an advantage, right?
He's
True.
not my sidekick to use, but that's what I would do. I would put him in danger.
With the task.
He would make sure he could die for us.
Yeah. I mean, can I, that doesn't make any sense. I'm trying, like, how do I use insight in this scenario?
Ha!
Hmm.
But I just feel like there's no time.
Wait, can we? What if we get out of the? No, I was gonna say if we could just put like a brick on the gas pedal and make the car drive off without us.
You'd have to get the car off its side first, but yeah, that's a great plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we should have kept that mechanic with us. He's my follower now.
Oof, let's see.
Okay, wait. What are? Gosh. Also, early reminder. What are your end of session questions?
Oh, fuck. Thank you.
Monologue and getting involved with the community.
Oh, good thing there's a local community to get involved with.
I mean,
I got to do that too. Sky is the community. Pretty involved.
Fight a giant metal bird? When was that an option?
Oh man.
So I can't die. Until it's time for me to die. So, I mean, I was going to go back to the hospital and just go on a killing rampage, but maybe I'll punch a bird first. This is not to character, though. That's not what Red would do.
I mean, one part of your move is enter a dangerous situation without concern for your physical safety.
Yeah, I think Rin does like wander out towards it. I think Rin. Okay, I got it. Yeah, Rin is still very upset and is like talking to the maiden, kind of mumbling, and is like, "Well, if you're just gonna like make it so that I can't see you, and if you're gonna hide from me, then that means I can't die, which means I can just walk towards this thing, and I can." I think Ren is just like arguing with the air and is like walking towards it. I would like to mark.
Quiet.
Yeah, everyone else is being really quiet, and I think I would like to mark a fate to like
Great.
fuck up this saint. I think Ren is really upset for the hospital still. And Hope also asking questions afterward is not helpful.
Oh, no.
Would you like to relive some trauma? Oh, and yeah, and I would like to do this is a good time for a monologue too. I was just like,
Yeah.
well, if I always thought that death was the ruler of everything, and we were always taught that the only things that could be guaranteed in a Solomon household were death and taxes, and we were in the business of taxes, and I switched over to you because, I mean, well, first because a corpse talked to me, but then because you talked to me and you offered me something that I had never been able to get at before, which was peace. And now, knowing that there are ways that I could end up without that peace, well, I might as well start doing the living part. Or make it over faster. I don't know.
And
And
I
then
think,
just kind of roars at the saint.
yikes.
Ah!
Cool. So I think what you see in kind of the corner of your vision is the maiden, and kind of like flickers.
There
Uh,
you show up.
it's almost like seems like she shows up like a dozen places across the horizon at once, kind of just like flick, 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 flick. Um, and she'll give you a task for that. Great. So you are directly confronting an angel or a saint, a battle saint.
All right, get a check mark for that.
You can check mark for that for sure. Cool. So what are you afraid the saint will do to you when it plucks you from the ground?
Well, let me mark my move real quick, though, right? This is the fate.
Yeah, Marcus Fate Box.
Um, what am I afraid? As it plucks me from the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ren is most afraid of the sainthood part because that means no death.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ren is not afraid of dying, but Ren is afraid of of options that mean that Ren can't die.
Yeah. Well, that was gonna be my worst.
Yeah,
Is
make that worse.
it is worse than that.
Oh, so you do pre-plan it. You don't just take what we do
no, I
and
was just like
twist it.
that's a great one though. I mean, the only way I think that is worse is that when you're in baby saint form, the saint will use your voice to call your friends. Like as a,
Jesus. That's great. Yeah.
hey, come on, it's great over here.
That doesn't sound like Ren.
He was like classic Ren.
Classic Ren.
Cool. So this is gonna be. So what is your intention here?
I think Ren's intention is to be like, what are the rules? Can I die? Like,
Yeah.
Ren has found like the edge of the video game and is like, well, why can't I walk in this corner? Yeah, I think Ren is like having a little bit of a break with reality too.
Since this is directly engaging with, I kind of want to make it vitality, but I think
And I think I want to protect my friends too, but
since it's directly engaging with the like a god, basically, I think it's gonna be communion, right?
yay, that's what I got.
Let me double check.
Keep doing stupid things with the gods, and I will be okay. Stupid things with the gods.
Yeah.
I just gotta not talk to people, only confront gods.
Because it is this massive battle saint that's intent on doing bad things. I think the roll would be at disadvantage normal, but since you have advantage from fate, it's just gonna be a normal roll.
2d plus 3.
2 dice plus 3.
What about my dirt? Can I use my dirt?
You already got the advantage.
Oh.
You're
No
looking
stackable advantage.
no stackable.
Unstackable, but I do have a +3.
Do have a plus 3.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. More versus.
Oh,
An 8.
okay. I think I have a lot of communion.
Great.
Phew.
So, what does it do? Yeah.
I didn't think this through.
Hmm. I think it rears back and like tries to like pierce you with its beak. How do you avoid getting pierced?
I think it pierces through my veil on my beekeeper hat, and I have to leave it.
Yeah, it also pierces through your jar with Rise Beneath the Loam.
No, that's very bad for everybody.
And,
But
shattered
does the
hat.
mushroom take over it?
No, but it's scattered all over the ground now.
Oh, good. We pointed two gods at each other again.
Our work here is finished.
Okay, we can go to the next place.
Um, I think like the jar shatters, and it kind of like gets dispersed all over the ground, and then it just immediately sinks in.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
so bad.
But you did not get murdered by the saint. The saint is still right there with you. What's everyone else doing while this terrible idea is happening?
What?
Oh no, hey.
Wow. Non-judgmental zone.
X.
Yeah, let's see.
And Zeph, the saint is metal.
Oh.
Oh, you would have been a way better option.
But like, is it one of those non-conductive?
Iron.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, and Ren, if you don't want Rise Beneath the Loam to get smashed, you can mark a verse to bump it up to a 10.
Let's see. No, I think he gets smashed. That makes sense.
That to the backup threat list. Yeah, it is an iron cormorant, notoriously
Yeah.
conductive.
Can I?
Got an idea on how to maybe help Zeph. This could be a duo thing.
Oh, cool.
Because you can generate electricity, right? That's kind of your thing, right? What if I use my prop work to go like, wait a minute, I've got an idea. Hold on. And he starts digging around in the back of the station wagon and is like, oh, this was a prop from the theater. It's just a harpoon with a cable attached. You could chunk that, hit the thing, and then you could hold on to the cable and zorch it.
Just to check, are we trying to like scare it off,
I mean,
or
my understanding is we got to do something to get away from it right now.
Did not die right now. Get away from it somehow.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like this might stun it or whatever long enough for us to get to GTFO.
Fuse its legs together or something.
Yeah, I'm distracting it and you can just kill it. That's all the plan. Funny.
and then we can adopt all of its baby
Oh,
that it has started creating, right?
baby.
Which are probably townspeople.
Yeah.
Well, you want to protect the townspeople. I guess this is one way to do it. Yeah. Okay. How do we do this?
Great. So you're producing the harpoon, throwing the harpoon at it. Are you throwing the harpoon, or are you going to let Zeph do it?
Who do any of us think we have better harpoon throwing skills than anyone else?
Zeph has the highest vitality.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
it makes sense for him to do it too, since he'd be the one holding the cable
Yeah.
instead of one person throwing, one person holding the cable. So
Cool. So Zeph, what are you afraid is going to happen when you hit Martin Cormorant with a harpoon, with a regular old prop harpoon?
Wait, is this one of those collapsing harpoons that you use on the stage?
No.
For
This
your-
wasn't. This was just for looks. So we wanted a real one
Yeah.
because.
You're like, yes, but you should have seen the Moby Dick puppet. It was amazing. Used for this. It was-
Oh no! I brought the rubber training
That's an
combat
insulator.
training harpoon.
Yeah. Uh, um, well, is there anything more interesting than it notices me and kills me?
Oh, it's
Uh,
either way.
right. Yeah. Yeah. What am I afraid is going to happen? I'm going to afraid that I try to call on the saint and have no juice.
Hmm. Oh, this is just for throwing the harpoon.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Uh, uh, I'm afraid I will miss and look stupid.
hmm.
Oh, the looking stupid part is the worst.
That's,
The worst possible.
it's worse than that. You're gonna hit, and it's gonna yank you out of the car.
Oh,
And
okay.
not good that way.
I was like, thank goodness. I
At
was afraid
least
it was
you
going to
look cool,
go
though.
viral or something.
You got
Okay.
2 dice plus
Steph's
2.
nightmare. Bad
2d6.
publicity.
He's worried it'll catch his tie.
11.
11.
A
Yeah,
little
it's
harpoon toss right there.
prongs right in there. Where does it stick in between what bits?
Odd piece.
Metal cloaca.
A little cloaca, yeah. So cloaca piece. I don't know. Should it? I mean, it would be memorable if it like caught in its mouth, but I think it probably just got it in its like meaty leg.
Cool. So you're gonna channel the saint, sacred conduit.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Okay. Insulated gloves would be the opposite of what I want to happen here.
Got your conductive gloves.
So yeah, this is gonna channel the divine currents of the Saint Electric, mark a charge box, and make your next roll with advantage.
Wet copper gloves.
Yeah, I'm just like licking 9 volts.
So you're gonna make this roll with advantage. Anyway, it's gonna be with communion. And it's and this is what's the question here? I mean, the question is, what are you afraid will happen if it's not enough juice?
Oh, yeah. I'm afraid that, yeah, I think just that I'll give it all I got, and I won't have enough. Or that it'll just suck all of the energy out of me, and I'll just
and become more powerful.
Yeah. The worst of that is it sucks all of your charges out, and juices up and becomes even more terrible.
Mecha cormorant.
Cool. I think it's just gonna be 3 dice top 2 then.
Oh, wait a second.
11.
That is an 11. So that
Wow.
totally works. Yeah, so describe what happens. It's gonna stun it. So what does that look like?
Yeah. So I throw the harpoon, like for a moment, and shocked that it works. And then I assume like Sebastian is like, and then do the next thing.
Phase 2.
Like, oh yeah. Grab the cable, and I channel electricity from the saint and from the earth, just like going through me. And it like reboots the saint. It's just like, so just like it freezes for a minute, and like the mechanical parts that are loose, loosen up. So like maybe its wings fold down,
Droops.
but its head like locks in place for a second.
Its eyeball
And
becomes
the
a blue
music,
screen.
the music
Or
is
a
like
beach ball.
yeah, the patriotic music we were listening to, like just like fizzes out like very abruptly. And
Nice.
it's quiet for a moment in the forest
Yeah.
or
It is
near the road.
dead quiet now. And you have an opportunity to do something while the Saint is rebooting.
Like have a freewheeling discussion.
Yeah, time to talk,
I mean, you
finally.
could.
Man,
I might suggest leaving, but you do what you like.
is there any way to get this car unjanked?
I mean, you got 6 people. I would say that you could push and then someone can make a vitality roll.
That seems like that's the only thing I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can we go to that is safe?
Mm.
Like
Away
we've
from
described
Vulcan's Vigil.
journey scene. We
Oh, great. We're out.
like we've described what's his name's house as
Yeah.
being anti-bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's his name's?
Aiden? No.
His name is Harlan. Harlan Scythe.
Yeah, that looks like a good plan. Go to Harlan's house, talk it over until this all blows over.
Are you gonna make a run for it or try and get the car back running?
Oh, Harlan. What was the one that wasn't getting running away?
Either make a run for it on foot or try and get the car running.
Oh, on foot, probably.
Cool.
What do y'all think?
I think we could, the 6 of us can probably push this car where it needs to go. If we can get Zeph doing a vitality roll.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And if we can somehow get him advantage on it. Is my thinking, metagaming wise, but
That makes sense what we would do too. I don't think we would leave the car behind.
Yeah.
I mean, Ren might, but
If you're all pushing together, we can have Zeph roll and maybe burn one of Hugh's inspirations.
Sorry, I missed that. Use my inspiration.
Use one of Hugh's inspirations since he's the only one that hasn't.
that's funny.
Okay. So
oh sorry, I can burn one of my inspirations on this.
Yeah, since you're all working together.
Cool.
So-
I'll delete that.
That's funny.
so 3d6 plus 2.
3d6 plus 2, top 2. Yeah, there you go.
13.
Totally good.
Jeez.
Not only does the car get back on its feet, I think because you're the one pushing it, it kind of like zaps back to life.
He's got some
I think we're
residual
like all
electricity still.
None of
Yeah.
us knew that Zeph was so strong.
I
It's like
wasn't
kind
even
of an-
pushing
that was-
really.
Still
That
got
was
some
like
little
an
bolts
office
going around his
guy.
hands. Bzz, 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 bzz.
You're able to
It's
get
like-
to the to Harlan's house before the Saint wakes up. Yeah, Harlan's cabin is very quaint. It's like like if a cuckoo clock came to life. Kind of he's a stately bird watcher. He's got like a monocle and a walking cane, two binoculars. Are you gonna knock or just gonna like bust in?
Bust in.
I feel like we're in such a state right now that maybe we forget to knock.
Yeah. And I think he sees you coming. Like he's got an eye out for the cormorant as well. And I think you don't have to like break or anything. He's like, oh, these people are in danger. I'm gonna open the door and let them in. And the 6 of you pile into his little cabin. He said, well, I see you've met our patron saint. I'm surprised that you're in one piece.
I think he was just shell shocked at this point.
Uh, a good number of villagers could not say the same, I'm afraid.
It was a bird.
Yes, the greatest bird Welkin's Vigil has ever seen, I suppose.
Ah.
Uh, I, I imagine that. Well, I'm not versed in matters divine, but uh, I imagine that with no enemy to fight, it just took it upon itself to fight anyone at hand. But it's my defenses have been relatively uh, adequate for the moment, so I imagine we have some time before we're snatched up and forged into one of those lesser saints. Would you like some herbal tea? I make it from my garden.
He was just kind of absently nods.
I'll put a kettle on the fireplace. He has a like a pot-bellied stove.
Hmm. So our clues.
Yeah, it's a good place to talk about clues.
Yeah.
And you do see
Call
it stomping around outside, but not like nearby. It's reactivated.
Oh no.
So, what new purpose could it serve? That feels like it should be a pretty easy question to answer.
Well, yeah. What new things can we use it for?
Well, we don't have a car, so we could travel with it.
Just resolve the assignment by working with the community to integrate the warden.
Oh yeah,
into the
community,
modern
good point.
world.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, so it can
that,
just do like farming or
yeah,
odd
it could
jobs.
do odd, yeah, like do work for the community. Maybe
Yeah.
could
Maybe,
dig
yeah.
ditches.
What new purpose could it serve?
Protecting the community could be like forming a historical society to preserve.
Oh,
Hosting robot
Oh.
dance parties.
wait, it's amphibious. And so are duck tours.
Let's take a
It
look
could
at
be
our
a
Shocking.
clues.
tour bus.
Let's take a
being
look at our clues and
serious.
see if we can make
What?
a theory out of the clues.
It's a real option.
I gotta make the clues.
All
fit.
8
If you can make
clues
the clues fit.
irrelevant.
Yeah,
Red
yeah.
None of
herring.
these are matter.
Write them all off. None of them.
I need the duck tours.
Huh.
Never been adamant about one before. Give me this one. Okay, what are our clues?
I mean, I think they fit. The tarnished plaque commemorating service under the battle saint. It likes to be service based.
Headed for the new grinding lord. Carl was last seen in Welkin's Vigil. A foreign medal.
Oh,
Carl loves duck tourists.
is,
So.
did we see Carl as one of the little babies?
Oh no, you saw Carl somewhere else. Probably, maybe. Could be Carl.
Whoa, what? When did we see Carl?
You saw Carl scampering across the road at one point, all like taxidermied up with a bunch
Oh,
of
he
different
was-
body parts.
Fuck, man. Don't get attached.
Hmm.
See, noisy equipment has been violently smashed. Side character hints that welcome residents have lost family members to the drafts, intermittent brownouts and power failures, sacrificial garden charms, stuffed bird wrapped in
Productive.
shells, placing the elephant circle. Yeah, little garden charms.
Oh wait, doesn't he like glom metal onto himself? Couldn't he be like a trash collector?
Yeah, it's kind of like he's building new saints out of scrap metal.
Oh,
Could build all sorts of things out of scrap
could-
metal is what I'm hearing.
yeah, he could be the junkyard guy and build stuff out of the junk.
I'm thinking Iron Giant vibes here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if we combine the Iron Giant with the beatnik and he just makes art for the town?
Yes.
Art.
Yes. Well, you could be whatever you want to be, like avant-garde artist, Um, how much of the town is left?
You haven't seen, but he says, what the fuck's his name? Harlan says, yeah, he says that a lot of it has been smashed and a lot of people have been killed.
Hmm.
The Welkins Vigil, the Welkin Historical Interest Preservation Society is up in arms.
I
All the
mean,
sites being smashed.
the terrible logical thing would be to send him out of the town to whoever the town is fighting across the water.
Yeah, yeah, send it over to the lingers. You could definitely do that.
I mean,
Wow.
hashtag are we the
there's a
baddies?
lot of
It's
war
so much
currently
easier
going
to
on,
put
but
him in town. Have him working for the town.
Uh,
How much he could
if
do
you want to
for
start a
Welkins
war,
Vigil.
you can definitely.
Start a war, then leave.
what is Welkin's Vigil part of a larger nation?
Yeah, the
Or
peninsula.
okay. Um, I wonder, like, if we could get the warden to watch over this place as like a semi-autonomous zone, or fully autonomous.
Fight for
Just
the
like to see.
independence of the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
The people of Welkin Vigil are very patriotic. I'm not.
right.
Well, they might not have input in this.
But so were people in
If you want
South
it to be
Carolina, and we
yeah, if you want it
seceded.
to be the independent, autonomous sleepless warden zone, that's one thing. Probably would involve getting rid of most of the other residents, but
Oh
Right.
no.
Well, that was
Um,
also my part of my plan, my
you
thinking.
cleared out of town.
oh,
Not a big deal.
Oh god.
You've completely
Ah.
destroyed the population of a town before, so that's totally.
Oh
what?
god.
We have,
Yeah, but
I feel like I would
that
remember that.
that
I
that was
feel
an
like
accident, though. This is on purpose. This
we
is
didn't
Because
do
you
it.
made a whole
We
play
didn't
about
know
it.
we did it. Yeah, but we didn't. Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
we did.
if anything, we were just guilty of being too good at our jobs in that instance.
Yeah.
True.
I just think we could point this problem at a different problem.
Definitely could.
Mhm.
Specifically, the skyward sprawl.
Yeah. Let's just,
Yeah,
we're headed over
let's,
there next. Let's just point this guy that way.
I mean, it would be great if we could get him to defend us. If we're like,
Oh, forever.
you know who you
Yes,
should defend?
bodyguard.
You should, yes. You could make a
Or
nest
we
in
could
this
Specifically,
giant
this group of
tower.
bias
Oh, we could send him against bias. We could do
Oh my god.
I forgot what her name is in Silverses, but like, yeah,
Val.
we could Val, we could do it. Yeah, we could just be like, fuck you.
I am intrigued by this plan.
I'm not, I think that Rin would do that. Rin would be like, these guys, this sucks. They keep putting us in these situations. I don't know if the
So
others would.
looking at our clues.
Yes,
Oh,
how do we
right.
make this make sense?
All of them are red herrings. Got it.
So
Here
yeah.
to deceive us. Yes, I know.
Okay, so
Tell the truth.
what was the sacrificial garden charm? Was that to the sleepless warden?
Um, yeah, where was that?
Like,
Oh, row 33.
Was that an actual one that we made up?
Oh, okay.
Nope, that was one that was there. Where were the garden charms? I think it was in the uh maybe like in the town square. I think there was I'm trying to remember where that was. And you're talking to somebody about something. About it.
Man.
Oh, there a clue. Oh, that was a clue from Mog Squamous.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember the context of it, but you got it from Mog.
Poor mom.
okay. So the it destroyed noisy equipment,
Mhm.
Mm.
right? And foreign metal at the scene of the road accident was its metal when it was destroying cars, right?
Mm.
Uh,
And brownouts and power failures could be from it attacking the windmills or other
Power sources.
Yeah.
structures.
Yeah. Or
Uh,
tearing
yeah,
down, yeah, tearing down power lines.
yeah. Now I'm not just inspired here by the fact that one of my end of session questions is about um, undermining the orders.
Me too,
Uh,
buddy.
and
I feel foolish for
we were
not signing on for that.
yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
we were
be
told
very
to
obedient this time.
well, we were told to protect this town, and it seems like the town is mostly, well, largely, the town has suffered damage of
Go
some
through its
extent.
pockets for loose change.
These guys suck.
Yeah. But what is like? How do you? I don't know. What do you guys think about like that Grinding Lord ad? Like, there's something weird about Carl here as like a possible saint emergence and the Grinding Lord coffee blend. Um,
Oh, and the town is
I don't know.
also sentimental to an important adjudicator. That's why you've been assigned here. This assignment must be resolved with a more cautious approach, it says.
Oh, that's not our way. Why did they send us?
Hmm.
They should have sent a not us.
They should have, yeah, sent a poet to
Do it.
do the opposite of everything we did. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to dedicate this town to the Battle Saint itself. Make a little Battle Saint preserve.
Oh, yeah. Let it be free and happy.
Yeah, maybe.
If
Yeah,
we can convince them to do that, then it would probably natural instinct would turn on to protect the town. So it'd be like, oh, it's now it would now be its home, its territory.
I think it's, oh, what we need is a bunch of DEI workshops because these guys are xenophobic and that is what is
For the
causing
few of them
them.
who are left.
And
See,
if
that's
I
why-
know anything, a workshop fixes people's problems.
yeah,
Especially xenophobic, militaristic people.
Especially,
Right.
yeah, this is the
Yeah.
best theory of change is a PowerPoint.
See, I feel that I feel like our best bet at like turning, since it was activated by people's xenophobia, and we can't get rid of xenophobia. We just should get rid of the people,
Oh yeah.
You could,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
part of the assignment is like
Start from scratch.
they're concerned. The adjudicator is concerned about the town being preserved as like a historical site. There's like quaint, so
Well, they didn't want the people in it.
that ship
So-
kind of sailed, I think.
They should have been more specific because we kept the town.
I think we just need to tell the Battle Saint that like it needs to stop thinking about the past and looking toward the future.
Or we could tell it needs to defend the rest of the peninsula against this threatening Gold Coast.
I think that's what it's already doing.
Oh, it's just annihilating the town.
Yeah, I think it's like,
To
oh well, I
defend
don't
the
see any
peninsula.
lingers here, so these guys must be the enemy. So
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, if you were to engineer an actual international incident and sent lingers over here, definitely attack them first.
Or if we engineered sending them over the straits to linger.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm sure that the town that has been devastated by war is going to be super into that.
We all make sacrifices.
Also, I just like to imagine like we're just like drinking tea and Hamlin is like, what? You guys?
Kill everyone, like in the town, not here, right?
Oh yeah, we're still in this guy's house talking about this.
Don't we have that ocean patch of trash that needs to be dealt with?
Oh no,
Oh,
they dealt with
yeah.
that. The
Oh, we can't anymore.
Bureau, the Institute took care of that.
Oh, I mean, now that the Institute has it, can we destroy it?
Hmm.
Or set one problem against another?
Oh yeah, we just dip the cormorant into the trash pile. Like a black hole.
I mean, we need to disrupt the hospital, right?
Oh, we should put it in the pit.
Into the pit, into the pit,
In the
into the pit.
Lead the sleepless warden to the floating market.
Yes.
What could
Or
go
the
wrong?
floating.
Wait,
No,
wait,
I was
wait.
thinking the never-ending pit that we had in the drain.
Oh, that pit. Yeah, yeah. Not the pit in the box.
Oh, the pit in the box. Yeah, that too.
AI
Yeah.
summary. They discussed 4,200 options and settled on none of them.
Many of them involved murder and war.
Most actually were murdery.
Yeah, I was gonna say which ones don't involve.
We used to be a team that was like really interested in making everyone our friends. This game has broken us.
I remember when it was about the friendships, man.
When we used to try to make every monster our friend, and now we try to make the
Well-
monsters eat everyone else.
I mean, I think we're still trying to make the monsters our friend. It's just
That's
we
true.
realize that sometimes friendship has to be exclusive. Or
More
we're friends with the monsters, just not the towns.
Or else.
Wait, could we set this up? Like, we told the floating market that we would take care of them.
Mhm.
What says I'm taking care of you more than a giant metal bird?
I love this
Oh my
plan.
God.
This
We
plan
are
is
the
the best
mafia.
plan.
They have to
Yeah.
protect the floating market.
It's a
It's so
floating market
obvious.
with an
It makes
amphibious
sense.
bird.
This is
Oh
the
my
perfect
gosh.
fucking plan.
This was so obvious. I don't know why we didn't think of this to start with. Yes, that's the
can we
plan.
work some of those clues into that.
Carl was
Yes,
last
we
seen in Welcome's
can.
Vigil, and Carl started at the market.
This is also the job that you're giving yourself. So
Oh yeah, we have to do this.
you have to do
Remember, we have to execute it. No more silly plans. Only doable
Yeah,
minimum
how do we
viable products
convince
from now on.
the sleepless warden to do something?
I don't
Well,
think it.
we could probably, because somehow we could work Carl into it. It's like, oh, you know,
Spread-
Carl came from. We first met Carl in the floating market, and he was the
Spread
he was the
rumors.
protector of the floating market.
We just have to steal its unhatched babies and
And
bring
put
them
them in
somewhere.
the first market.
as leverage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, babies. Or we
Yeah.
could tell
Put them all in the pit in the
towns-
box and then carry that
Yes.
over to.
Tell all the townspeople that the floating market is full of foreigners.
Oh no.
Lies. Tell the people. Yeah, tell the people. Oh wait, no, it would then attack them.
Yeah.
That's the opposite.
No,
of
no,
what
that
it
the floating market is going to be attacked by foreigners.
would. Oh
Mm.
yes,
And
yes.
needs defense.
Need to be prevented.
Well, and if you
yeah.
think about it, anybody, I mean, everyone's a foreigner to the floating market. So anybody seeking to do harm to the market would be a dangerous foreigner.
And to the people in Visual, the floating market, they are definitely foreigners.
I mean, yes.
Again, just like full disclosure of what you're signing up for.
There.
Right. It'd be fun to be
Yeah,
like,
you can
and we
do
have
it.
this move.
Good job.
We have this move. We can always go back to the floating market, but it was destroyed by us. And
By someone.
Somebody. I don't know what you mean.
Oh man.
okay, so I'm really stuck on this grinding lord coffee
Yeah,
plan.
tell me about
So
the
okay,
I might be able to use the last of my ink to affect a location,
Mm,
assuming the town is a location.
it definitely is.
Like the one thing they care about is defending the floating market.
And keep in mind also, I mean,
oh,
we can, I mean, it is not an option to write clues off as irrelevant.
Okay,
Mhm.
so
So we don't have to
this-
literally make every single clue weave together.
Hmm.
There's a couple that just seem, like you said, I think it was Ben who said whatever, like the foreign metal evident of seeing road accident. I think that's irrelevant. That was just metal from the saint attacking
Yeah.
the car. It probably has nothing to do with any solution we come up with.
So Carl was last, we saw Carl with other parts attached
Yeah.
to him.
He, let me see.
So not
that
baby
was one of the
Saint.
journey scenes. Carl. Yeah. When you were driving between Oh yeah, driving back from the temple of that you created in the town to the floating market.
Oh, jeez, I forgot about that.
Um, on the way out of town, a, a looked like a hollowed something or other ran across the road, and the other plants grafted onto it, kind of as it ran across, and he was all like had like other parts taxidermied onto him. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, did not look like in a good place. Uh, Definitely had Carl's face.
Oh,
So what I'm seeing is that some external threat got one of the people from the floating market,
Mhm.
and this rogue god could act again
And
if left unchecked.
they got the
The
protector of the
defender,
floating market.
yeah.
So obviously it needs a stronger protector who can't be got by plant gods.
Yeah.
With a history of
Right.
service.
hmm
Yeah. It has. Wait, did we use this on the last bird god we found? It has outgrown its nest,
Mhm.
and it
Oh yeah,
is
you
needed
sent
elsewhere.
the Dusk Mother to go protect the plant place.
Yeah.
Oh, so we should send it to protect the Dust Mother's place.
No, floating market.
And then to the next place to protect
And
this
then
place
next place is this one.
with the goldfish
And
and cowboy hat.
then we if we take the chicken, then it won't eat the grain, and the fox won't eat the chicken. And one of these
I love-
foxes always lies.
I love a puzzle.
Um,
The back fox
Well.
can see the hat of the foxes in front of it.
uh, yeah.
So it sounds
Fox
like
doesn't know what it's wearing.
is what we can do to integrate the warden into the modern world is to repurpose it as a defender of the floating market instead of defender. It's like
Instead of just attacking whoever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, we can explain that one. The commemorative plaque commemorating service, that sounds straightforward, like that's a service animal basically. The foreign medal we got. What else we got?
Grinding Lord Coffee Brand, an example of the other threatening gods that are out there.
Oh,
That this modern world
Yeah.
doesn't have the old traditional standby gods.
got it. It's all commercial.
Anyone, including the plant deity that took out the protector of the floating market, is at bay.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that they sell small charms like this that are clearly showing some allegiance to the battle saint.
Yeah.
What? Did not actually get it from there, but you know.
Brown out some pop. Yeah, the charms and stuff like that's trinkets from the it could be from the market. That checks out. Brownouts and power failures in Welkin's Vigil.
That's just a sign that like Welkin's Vigil is incompatible with the Battle Saint in its current state. Like it can't support its power requirements, or the things that they need to get by seem like threats. And
That sounds like the same thing for noisy equipment.
yeah, and so the Sleepless Warden, it needs a place by the water that is more more timeless and conducive to its form.
The floating market's much quieter, not nearly as industrial with loud machines everywhere.
And Welkin residents have lost family members in military drafts.
They were taken and made into the saint babies, maybe, or
Well, this is from before.
oh, this is from before.
In the past.
Maybe that's a way we can help turn it not against as in attack, but make it want to go guard somebody else by being like, yeah, you know, you're trying to build these children. Imagine if your children got forcibly conscripted and sent away to war, that's what Welkin's Vigil is.
I would also add that Welkin's Vigil is so strong now, it's just sending its children off to conquer new places.
Or it was that strong before and it could be strong again.
Yeah, it's just it's to insist that it needs defense is kind of to infantilize these proud people.
All right.
Perfect. Love it.
Sounds like you're rolling 2d6 plus 2 for that then.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
Like it.
It was Ben's plan.
Oh no.
to be fair, I think it was actually something Mark said. That
Yeah, Mark has to roll.
Them's the rules. I can roll this one. I was kind of insisting on it.
Thanks.
Okay, 2d6 plus 2,
Mhm.
and
rolling.
most importantly, what are you going to name?
9.
9.
So that means that it is true. What's that out there? It is true, but there will be an unwelcome complication and or
Sorry,
pursuing
everyone.
or dangerous. You could all burn a verse to bump it up to a 10 if you like, and it will be less dangerous to pursue.
Story-wise, I feel
Uh,
like there should. Well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask about the verse of the endless vigil, the assignment verse. Looks like we haven't
Yeah,
used that one yet.
you can't use that for theorize though. Everyone has to burn one.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind
don't-
burning one, but I'm not sure what you were about to say, Peter, but I think I agree. If you were about to say like story-wise, it makes sense for things to get worse.
And it turns out to be an easy job. Doesn't pan out right.
Wait, how is that
Yeah.
worse? Oh no.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
But not to be glib about it. Like I get the instinct of like, no, we kind of deserve a complication for this audacious of a plan.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind it being complicated. Although I would like to burn more verses, but I'm sure I can find some trouble elsewhere.
Or
Um,
inspire you out of burning your verses.
so I mean you could
I'll just have a death god protecting me.
do a verse and then have Sebastian cancel out all but one of them.
No,
Well,
I've
you've
only
only
got
got
2 boxes
2.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, then 2 of them.
At what cost? We would then lose Sebastian.
Not Sebastian, just that move, right?
Yeah, just the move. The
No.
move.
He'd be dead. Dead.
He'd
to
be
us.
dead.
But I get an
Useless
XP.
to us.
I get an XP when I
Yeah.
lose the move.
Gone forever.
If you want a free
Oh,
XP,
God.
that's the way to do
But
it.
I mean, I'm not particularly. I'm getting pretty low on verses, so I'm not super psyched about trying to burn a verse myself.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I already know how that's going to be more dangerous then.
Wow.
Oh no.
Cool. And I think it starts. So once you're like, cool, good plan, everyone.
Oh man.
I think it starts with names. It starts with Harlan, who has been listening patiently to all this.
Our
God, he was
free-wheeling discussion.
there.
I'm go like super cold on you and just be like, as much damage as the warden has done, it's only done it to protect us. Welkin's vigil is the warden, and no matter what happens, we'll always stand behind it. Get the fuck out of my cabin. And I think we'll take a break there.
Great. Now who's
Right.
gonna fix our car?
And then when we come back, we kill Harlan and
Oh god.
Everybody else in the town.
Let's
I mean,
ride
just-
this cormorant to the end.
Cool, let's take 10.
Cool.
That's
Thank you,
good.
Ted.
Thank you.
All right. So you're gonna get kicked out of Harlan's house unless you resist him, which you are welcome to do.
No, that's fair.
Our house now.
So what is your next move?
So the next thing we gotta do is basically convince the battle saint of our plan, right?
Yeah.
Right. I've got an idea for that. Is there in Wilkins Vigil like some kind of like historical society with like a vintage Wilkins Vigil soldier uniforms?
Oh yeah, the Vulcan Historical Interest Society, headed by Patience Wilkin.
I need to get me a historical soldier uniform.
I mean, there's the library, the library on top of the third watch. There's like the Founders Row that has all sorts of like historic houses and stuff like that. Yeah, there's lots of places you could do that.
Let's go find that little museum.
Yeah, it's probably nighttime by now. You've had some time to sit around and drink tea and stuff.
Is there anything in Wilkins Vigil? Like there's a town square, right?
Yeah, there's a
You mentioned.
square with a little traffic roundabout and quaint cobblestones.
Does it have like a central monument declaring this Wilkins Vigil?
There are orange traffic cones around a massive stone plinth that lies toppled halfway across the road with no battle saint in sight.
Right.
Chunks of dirt and pavement are churned and scattered on a path leading away to the hills.
Keep in mind, if anybody needs a thing to exist in this location, I do have some ink left.
That's true.
I was wondering if there was like a thing indicating that this is Wilkins Vigil that we could just take, like just steal the welcome to
like
Wilkins Vigil sign, and
I imagine there was one in Town Square, yeah.
And then we
bring
put that
it
on
to
the
floating
markets.
market.
Yes.
Yeah, I was figuring I would just come to him as an old vintage soldier that he's familiar with and tell him he's being reassigned.
I love that. I love that so much.
Vigil is no longer in need of his services and no longer worthy of his services, in fact.
Honorable discharge.
Honorable reassignment.
He's done his job perfectly here.
Exactly.
And
No notes.
Rooted out all the lanes. You did a great job.
Yep. Hadn't seen a
Feel
linger in
free
these
to
parts
destroy
in
something on your way
decades.
out.
So are you going to the town square?
Wherever I can get me a uniform of
Hope that little punk isn't there.
The uniform is the little museum on top of the third watch, where I think it was another scrivener up there, right?
yep.
Yeah, which is weird for someone running a museum, but
We're not all as strict as Grover is.
yeah. So where to?
That place. Wherever
Yeah.
I need to go to get my uniform. I want a
And
uniform.
Harlan is no longer willing to tell us the best way into town, I assume.
No, but you know the way to town. So, oh boy.
Yes, but we want him to tell us.
We're gonna
Make him
tell us
complicit.
what we already know.
So traveling at night with the car.
Or not. We don't have to use it.
Zephyr, you still driving?
Yeah.
Oh, great. What are you afraid will happen when the warden follows you into town because of
There's
your
no way the warden could catch us a second time. If
Listen,
anything, the odds are less now that it's
as a
As lightning.
prophet of the Saint Electric, I know that wardens operate on the same rules as lightning.
I mean, how far of a walk is it from Harlan's place?
It's probably an hour or two. You could walk if you wanted to.
Just seems like a better
Oh.
idea. We know it doesn't like machines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
We start the car and leave it running by Harlan's place.
I hope you don't
Definitely
pull it
Oh,
around.
You could definitely do
Oh
that.
yeah.
oh my
When
God.
when we leave Harlan's place, we should move some of the wood out of the way to make a path for us.
Clear a
right?
path through the logs.
Yeah. Well, strangely, the six of us walking abreast makes a space big enough for a warden, but I don't know why that
Battle
would
sync
matter.
sized path.
So are you gonna walk instead?
I feel like walking seems
I like
safer.
that plan.
It's a good plan.
Yeah.
Um, as you approach the town, um, it is darker and quieter than you remember. There are a few lights on. Uh, you have no problem getting there. The streets are quiet. Um, some street lights are still on. Many buildings are just wrecked. A lot of the street is torn up. A bunch of cars. There are more cars in town, and they have also been torn apart, torn in half, scattered around. Um, Ren, you see the maiden, and she seems, I don't know, she's never like distraught. Um, but as you walk through town, you see her appearing not too far from you, just pointing at the ground here and here and here. Um, and there are still bodies out on the street from the warden's attacks. And you hear them all.
Yeah.
Um, and the maiden is asking you to bury all of the dead, of which there
Yep.
are dozens, probably. Um, and I'm just going to give you a condition straight up. I think it's overwhelmed
Yeah.
because this is
This counts as community though, right? Local community.
Mhm.
I mean, kind of. If you are you going to engage with them?
Talking to them.
Yeah,
We talked to Harlan.
that's true. Yeah, you're engaging them. But yeah, she's definitely asking you to do this, and the rest of you, like Grover, is silent. Hope is
Better be.
just
Small mercies.
aghast. I think the town's a wreck, but there's still a light on at the third watch. It's it's an old guard tower. It's a stone building, and when you go in, the door is open, um, and you don't see anyone there in the places where you saw them before, but you do hear low voices coming from the basement. Um,
Last time we went to basement, we met brother, so
True. What could go wrong?
nothing.
So this basement, there's also stairs up to the museum. What would you like to do?
All of us are just,
Whoever.
yeah, I'm gonna go get started on these bodies.
All right.
I can't get at my altar here, can I?
Sure. Your altar is the roadside lending library, right?
Little free library.
Yeah. What do you want to do with it?
I was considering picking up a book about this assignment.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can be kind of extended to like if you want to go into the museum, you could probably find something there.
Yeah. If anybody wanted the knowledgeable about X
Yeah.
condition. If we wanted to get advantage on some things, disadvantage would be that you are now stuck with a condition that
Which move is that? I can't find it.
infinite library.
Infinite library. There it is. Okay, got it. Oh yeah, custom move. Cool. Sebastian, are you going up to the library as well? Or the
I'm going
museum?
wherever I need to go to get a
Museum.
uniform.
Probably, probably a good place to start. Zeph.
I'm. Are there people at Third Watch?
It's if there are, it sounds like they're downstairs.
I was wondering if I could rouse some people to help Ren with the burying.
Yeah, if you want to go downstairs and ask around.
Yeah. Like, hey, official Saint Electric business.
I'm supposed to be here.
We
Um,
need to, yeah.
yeah, so you go down the steps. It's lit by oil lamps. People have
Mhm.
broken out some like little hurricane lamps. And there's I don't know, a half dozen people down there, plus Nikki, the bartender. Um, and they all kind of like the hushed conversation that was going on, like not a record scratch, but everyone kind of stops one by one and turns to you and scowls a little bit. How do you approach them?
Uh, the open face. Just move the tie down. Hi, folks. I know you've been through a lot.
Keep your voice down.
Um,
Keep your voice down.
What?
oh, right.
What?
Sorry.
Trips over a table, smacks.
Did you say something?
I can't hear you, Coop.
Yeah, I get that. I'm watching Twin Peaks now.
I just started watching it finally.
Your voice down.
Yeah. I gesture people like we have a team working on the problem. We're very close to a solution. I can't go into it right now.
Are you from the
But
government?
I'm from the power company.
Better.
I'm from the power company, and I'm here to help.
If we turn the lights on, the warden will come for us.
Right.
So it's
Let's turn
best
all the lights
to
off.
turn the power back on.
Right. That's my plan.
Well,
But
the
we
plan
need
is
to
already completed then. Thank you for all your
we
help.
need to. Hey man, I'm not the one who activated the battle saint. Okay, I'm trying
Oh,
to clean up.
and this is I think this is
Oh,
his
this
name
is gonna go well.
I don't know if you know
Going great. You got this.
Going great.
kind of
No
dirty
notes.
dirty overalls. He's well, there are a bunch of cigarette butts around the ground on it around him, and he's lighting up another one off of chain smoking. And he's got like you can tell he works with his hands. Yeah, and he's just like, we didn't have a problem until we were interfered with when you people came from out of town. It was under control.
Was it?
We haven't even been here for most of this.
You just cause problems.
Mostly.
That's the way the government is, and the power company, and the rest of you.
It's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I hear your anger, and I want you to know that it's valid. But now I'm hoping that we can solve the problem together. We need to make the battle saint think that this town does not need protecting anymore. And so I'm going to need your help to to help clean up the town and bury some of the dead bodies out there, to give them their proper burial. I don't care what you think about me. I'm an asshole. But those people out there, or your townsfolk, your friends, your neighbors, I might be getting a little louder.
Um, what are you afraid might happen if they turn on you?
Oh, I, I mean, uh, I'm afraid that I will be forced to use more energy than I'd want to solve this, to get myself out.
Love it. This is a roll with presence.
Great.
Mhm.
Also, I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm using a 2-screen setup where I've got, it's really nice
Yeah, I got
having a little extra space. I got a 10.
10. Great.
Jesus.
Wow. Cool. I think I don't know if I don't remember if you met Fitz, the belligerent youth. Um, but he's the one with the just bangs haircut. And he has like he's wearing like a military surplus jacket. Um, and he kind of like slouches up to you. And before he says anything to you, he kind of like glares at the other folks in the bar. And he says, my mom's up there, and none of these fuckers would help. Everyone wanted to hide away in their holes. Just be quiet and wait for it all to go away, but it's not going to go away, is it? I think he shrugs the jacket off and tosses it at uh, Angel, who I think one of you met before. And he's like kind of like rolls up the sleeves of his long sleeve shirt, like undershirt he's wearing. Um, if these people are too complacent and cowardly, relying on some metal saint to defend them instead of defending themselves, fuck them. Let's go. And I think there's murmurs from a couple other ones. They're like, okay, like more grudgingly, but Fitz is like with you. It's like let's get this done. It's probably better to do it at night anyway.
Good thinking. That was
Um,
your thought. You
cool.
had that.
Hugh and Sebastian going upstairs.
Yep.
The door to the museum is locked.
Not for long.
How do you get through?
Hmm.
You're going to get through. Just the method of it is.
Yeah. I was like, what stat am I rolling on here?
None rolls.
And we try knocking and there's no response.
Yeah, and the handle just rattles at you.
I think Hugh tries. Hugh finds a sheet of paper and tries jabbing something into the keyhole to see if a key drops out on the far side.
Yep, that totally works. Yep.
the only time this would work, I suppose.
Pulls out a credit card.
With all the implications that entails. Yes. Great. And I assume like you put a piece of paper underneath it, poke the keyhole out, and pull it back under the door.
Yeah. Somebody locked themselves in there.
Interesting. Who goes in first?
I think Hugh does.
It is dark. What are you afraid will happen if you can't get out of the way in time?
Let's see. I think it knocks me back through the door into Sebastian, and we both go down the stairs,
Yeah, great.
head over heels.
This is a roll with vitality.
Sure.
Oh, right. Yeah, the roll with vitality for you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh man, trying to see if I want to use something for this. Um, I'm gonna burn the favor of the Saint of the Ever-Turning Pages on this roll, I think, to roll with advantage.
All right, cool.
I think this is the one time I am in effectively a library, so I
Yeah.
am drawing on the god that I should never talk to. Just like, do me a solid just this once.
Nice.
To roll D3D, take the top two, no modifier. That is a 7.
7. Yeah. Cool.
Skin of my
So,
teeth.
You open the door. There is a slice of moonlight coming through the window. And you see kind of huddled in the up against the wall across from the door is the historian Peter, who you met before, the waxing scrivener, yeah, guy.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah, and you see him in time. He has taken down one of the oh,
Oh no.
he's taken down one of the ancient rifles from whatever the last war was, and he's been waiting
Yeah,
for them to try and get in. That's why the key you were able to get the key out because he had locked himself in.
yeah.
And I don't think you're able to dodge before he pulls the trigger,
No, okay.
but um, he didn't realize how old that gun was, and it just
Oh no.
explodes.
Oh no.
And his hands are ruined. He's got like powder burn and blast all over his face, and after the ringing in your ear stops, I think you hear some like sucking, wheezing sound coming from it.
Oh no.
You're unhurt though. You're fine.
Oh no.
Cool. What do you do?
Let's see.
Or Sebastian? How does Sebastian react?
Oh, I was gonna see
Or
if
both of you?
you
Yeah,
could,
either one.
if I could maybe roll on insight to examine him and see if there's anything
Yeah.
to keep him from dying at this
Or
point.
10 if you like as well.
Hmm?
You could do a verse to bump it up to a 10 as well if you like.
Hmm. I kind of like the drama of this.
Yeah, cool. So what are you doing?
I'm looking him over to see if there's anything I can do to stop him from the worst medical consequences. Like
Yeah.
what's
Yeah, I think you know enough like, okay, yeah, just like he's bleeding. I think it's like something has like the gun is blown apart and something has like punctured a lung or something. He's kind of like
oh
wheezing.
yeah.
And so like, okay, hold pressure here, so at least you can breathe. It's still gonna
Hmm.
hurt. I think he like probably can't see either.
Oh
Um,
geez.
and yeah, he's just like, I knew you'd come back and finish us off. I thought I was ready, but I was never a soldier.
Oh.
So do it. Get it over with.
Hmm.
Erase me.
Oh.
Huh.
This is what I deserve for keeping all of these things instead of getting them to flame or throwing them over the cliff. And I knew the scrivener would come for me. And you're his hand. Cross me out.
Let's see.
Yup. Rub me out. Let me be
Oh God.
worms and grubs.
Oh,
And like you recognize some of the words he's saying is like,
Yeah, I think that kind of, oh, this is terrible. I think Hugh just kind of winces at the words and walks over to look at the shelves.
mm,
right. How does Sebastian react to all this?
I think I'm very confused by all this of exactly what's happening and focused on the plan of just being like, right, looking for the
Before
period
you go,
accurate
can you just put
uniform.
me in the direction of a
Which uniform would be from the period the battle saint was active initially?
there are several uniforms on display. You can pick your pick.
Well, enough. Definitely, you're trying to pick the one from whenever period the battle saint was first
Yeah.
active back in the day.
If we want to get an advantageous condition, I'm putting a book title in the chat. Hold the Line, Rogue Militias of the Gold Coast by Professor Reginald Flaub.
oh yes, I love the idea of Bastion doing some dramaturgy.
How does this work exactly?
If you like, you can take the condition knowledgeable about, and this would be Gold Coast militias, and use it for advantage. If you can justify how knowing something about Gold Coast history and all of the freedom fighter groups in there could affect this situation.
And I will provide one additional detail at the time of choosing about what is on the book's last page.
And so the downside is just then you have a condition.
Yeah, if I can't use this condition, then I'm kind of stuck with it and trying to figure out how to strain to use this knowledge in a disparate condition or in disparate circumstance just to burn it off.
I mean, it seems applicable.
I'm figuring you'll definitely get a use out of it. I may be stuck with it. And I wrote the custom move so that I'm stuck with it no matter what.
Um,
So you don't get to choose whether or not you take that. You just take the condition.
Yeah, it's I take the condition and anybody else who wants the condition
Gotcha. Cool.
can have
Dig
the
it.
book shared with them.
Mullock is still wetly gasping up against the wall.
I think shout at this point. I almost dressed. First things first. I shout down. He's like, "Oh, I guess we shouldn't shout, should we?" Well, actually, at this point, we want to see the battle scene. So whatever. Hey, is there a doctor in the house? A medic? Medic? Anyone with medicinal experience? We have a wounded man up here.
Ooh,
I think Hugh clambers down the stairs now.
great. Ren,
Busy.
tell me about the first body you find.
Is it the lady that gave me the ticket?
Yeah, that is Fitz's mom, Patience.
Oh no.
Patience Welkin.
Yeah, I think I pull the like receipt or the ticket that she gave me out of my pocket and kind of like look at her.
And she, let me check your real quick.
Yeah, she's that shitty kid's mom.
Yeah, and she's pretty shitty too.
Yeah, and she probably wants to be like brought back to her little
Umbridge, was that her name?
council. I think so.
Professor Umbridge. That's basically her. But now she is, she's dead, but she's speaking to you, and she's just saying, Fitz, where's Fitz? Is Fitz all right? Have you seen my son?
Yeah, we just saw him. It's all right. Right? He was
You
fine,
haven't
right?
seen him yet. Zeph saw him.
Oh, Zeph saw him. Oh. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for him. Sure, he's fine.
Where are you intending to bury people?
What they tell me to.
Hmm. Um,
Or where the maiden tells me to. I think the maiden is like pointing to their, I think they have like a little cemetery in the town
I think
center.
the cemetery is probably near the chapel of the Fog Mantle, the
Yeah.
temple, which is, I mean, probably like a 20-minute walk outside of town, and with a body
Alright.
longer. But um,
So maybe I should get like a little cart.
yeah, to get a little cart. Um, and as you say that, you hear a shot from the uh, tavern where everyone went in.
I'm gonna need a bigger cart.
Mhm.
Um,
Probably not my business.
I think Zeph, just as you're kind of rallying everyone to go upstairs, like you're heading up the basement stairs, that's when you hear the shot upstairs, and everyone kind of jumps. How do you react to that?
Uh, uh, I wait to hear if anyone's crying out or if there's another shot.
There's not. In fact, you hear someone after a moment or two, you hear someone sounds like Sebastian yelling something, and after a moment, like everyone kind of has like exhaled, and then they hear the yelling, and it gets real quiet down there again. And like you're halfway up the steps, and I think everyone's just kind of like looking at you like, what do we do now?
Uh,
You got 3 or 4 people following you.
And I'm like
Right.
clambering down the stairs at this point.
I guess you could hear come coming down the stairs.
uh, I tell the people to hurry up and go grab a body and bring it back someplace. Bring it back here, I guess.
Mhm.
And if I may, I'm asking to
Or
see if anybody has medical or if there's a doctor in
oh,
the house.
Oh, is there? I don't know if there's a doctor, but I think Angel, the veteran,
oh,
kind of like, oh, I
uh,
can do a field dressing.
yeah.
Where'd you get hit?
Or can Hope help?
Oh, Hope might be able to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Or she
say
she's
I
given that
I
up.
I tell Hope Peter's been shot.
Oh, all right. And yeah, I think if it's cool with Sebastian, Hope and Angel rush upstairs to take care of that. Hmm. Yeah, we'll let that sit for a minute. Note or something. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's happening
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Uh, I tell the rest of the townspeople to help Ren. Like to yeah.
Yeah, I think like almost there's only like 1 or 2 people that are like, I'm staying down here. Uh, Folks start spreading out to help. Sebastian, you've got your uniform on. Um, is Zeph helping with the burials?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Unless Sebastian needs help getting a costume ready.
Way I need any help.
um, Ren and Zeph, which one of you sees the glowing eye of the cormorant approaching the town first?
No.
You
Probably
think?
Zeph.
Yeah. If Ren is focused on the dead bodies,
Yeah,
like
Ren might be a
imagine like
little
all
hyper
these dead bodies
focused.
trying to talk to you at the same time.
Yeah, I think Ren is
Okay.
like trying to be like one at a time.
Also, like, oh, like A, they are hurt. B, they are stunned that the warden would turn on them. They're also asking about other people, like,
Yeah, I'm like, let me just make like one announcement at one time. I don't have to just tell each person the same thing. Yeah, Zeph probably is actually observing.
um, give me a roll with communion, Ren.
All right. Just one or
Yeah,
2 dice.
2 dice plus your communion, which is 3. A 9. Good.
No reason.
No, this is your Maiden's Embrace move. You're giving comfort to
Oh. Oh, cool.
so when you give comfort to the dying, you roll with communion. On a hit, you can clear a relevant condition. Um, how does the maiden help kind of focus you and get rid of that overwhelmed?
Um, how does the maiden focus me and get rid of the overwhelmed? Um, I think the maiden. Yeah, I think the maiden just takes a breath and like kind of does one of these, like, and like then Ren also takes a breath and is like, okay, one at a time.
Yeah, and you see Zeph and a half dozen other people are helping now.
Yeah, I don't think Ren had even noticed that other people are helping and now sees that.
Are you taking them to the third watch, or are you trying to take everyone to the temple?
They all want to go to the temple, don't they?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Um, Zeph, where does the warden strike first?
Uh, um, I think it probably lands on the third watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were like lights coming out of it.
Yeah, I think it lands on top. It's kind of like the circular building. It lands on top and it just starts like jamming its beak into the top. You can see like pulling stones and throwing them out.
Mhm.
And Hugh, where are you while this is happening?
I think I'm following Sir wherever Sir is going.
Sebastian, where are you going while this is happening?
Um, well, again, I wasn't shy about yelling, figuring we wanted it to approach.
Yeah,
So,
are
I don't
you
know.
still hanging out in the library in the museum?
I think so. I think we were kind of trying to debate what was happening next, and now it's like, oh, well, it is happening. So is
Great. Hugh, you have a moment of joy as the cormorant breaks through the ceiling of the museum, tearing the apart. Um, wow. So yeah, I think this is going to be for Sebastian then, since you're kind of in the middle of it. What are you afraid will happen if the cormorant decides that you're part of the exhibits now that you're wearing a uniform?
Well, my whole plan hinges on it listening to me. So obviously, if it just like if I can't talk to it, it won't listen to anything I'm saying. The whole plan's shot, and I'm dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and right now it's just in attack mode. So I think it is worse than that. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of the same thing. It's going to like grab you and try to like take you away and try to make you into another saint. This is a roll with communion.
Hmm. I am going to use my oil lantern woven from vines and sinew that never goes out
Ooh,
to hopefully like distract and mesmerize me. Oh,
fantastic.
whoa there, buddy. Oh, soldier, hold your fire.
Oh, shiny.
Cool. Then that's just 3 dice top 2. So much advantage all the time.
Top 2 and my, yeah, because I'm coming 0. So it's going to be an 11.
Hey, that's an 11. Yeah. Yeah, so I think not only does it not go for you, but it also pauses in its destruction and kind of is like following. It's kind of like perched on, so it's like a circular like tower building. It's kind of perched on the rim of it, and it's like bent down. So its neck is almost like telescoped into the museum where you guys are. It's kind of like
Mhm.
following the lantern with the eye.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Yep. Under control.
Like, whoa there, soldier, soldier. You're being, I come with new orders for you, soldier. As it seems like comprehending.
Not really yet.
Well, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna be
can't.
wrong.
It's my whole plan. So if I can't talk to it, then I'm not fucking. Nothing I can do.
Oh man, this is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Can I pretend that my book included information about the battle scene?
Yay.
What do you want to use that information for?
I did take that condition, by the way.
That there's a reset command, or that there is a new orders are coming in, and they had a code for each one on the coast that they list.
Great. Do you want to make that roll? This is going to be a roll of communion.
Oh boy.
Do you want to do it, or do you want Sebastian to do it?
I mean, I should
Knowledge, right?
probably do it.
So then,
Yeah.
what are you afraid will happen if the command does not work?
Let me think for a second. Like, what's a really bad thing that can happen? Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything that it could be doing now that is worse than what it's already doing. Oh no. By default, the Battle Saints were set to not use what is called their endless fire.
Oh, oh,
I'm sorry.
damn you and your imagination.
Great. I think it's worse than that.
Sure.
Tell me how.
When the
Let's
fire
find out.
protocol is initiated, this is a last ditch effort because the endless fire is not a like a flame based weapon. What it
No.
is the endless fire of the warden, and it immediately hollows any fallen bodies in the area.
Oh my
Ugh.
God.
Oh, I gotta keep my body safe now. Oh my
I'm sorry,
gosh.
everyone. So I'm rolling 3d6, taking the top 2 and adding nothing.
Correct. Yes.
On the plus side, could be less work for me.
Yeah, the dead bodies contact you. I either want to be placed into my eternal rest or used as a chemical weapon.
Oh, okay. Well, lucky for you.
Okay, rolling 3d6,
Mm.
5.
Wow, that's a 5. Great. Yeah, so I think that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably read a little bit too far into the book. Set
Sure.
off the eternal fire, and yeah, it looks like the cormorant kind of freezes for a moment.
Yay!
Then you hear the screams from outside.
No!
And Zeph and Nick and the rest of the townspeople have front row seats to this as the bodies kind of jerk up and awake, and like shards of metal just like start coming out of their bodies, erupting like
Wow.
from the front and then twisting back around into these wings. They're like the head comes off and there's rebar like stretching the head over there, and the eyes kind of like merge into one. It's super gross and terrible. But this can all be avoided with a simple verse.
What are we thinking?
Like a verse of prophecy that I could inspire you to undo?
Yeah, would that be okay?
Please.
Yeah, that
Looking
makes
forward.
sense.
Okay, so
He's
I
an- I
will.
took
That feels
move.
bad enough. Maybe it's time.
Wow, I don't have a lot of verses of prophecy left, do
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab Bleeding Revelation and then.
Pop that off.
All
Yeah.
right.
Cool. If you want to take that off, mark your second
I
tick.
will.
Looks like you got it. Great. So it works. The cormorant freezes.
I think I don't know how exactly I inspire you. I think it's like, wait, but your book, it's brilliant. I think your book is going to help us win this. Your book's going to be the key to enacting our plan. Without your book, we would all be dead right now.
And I think that's enough to get Hugh to pause and double check one more time. Like the book's got this. I don't have to hurry this more than.
Oh, not
Oh shit.
Great. Yeah. Cool. And the cormorant freezes. You see its eye kind of rotate and like flash green a few times.
Right.
Um,
Checks out with
What
the
error
book.
code is that? Does it say in the book?
103.
and I
Low on
It thinks
RAM, I
it-
think.
It's realizing it might have committed several war crimes.
Yeah.
the complication is Ren and Zeph and the rest of the townspeople.
What? Why do we get the complication?
As
Because
you
we care
are
about you.
taking some bodies to the temple.
Hmm.
I think Ren would be the one to notice this first.
Wow.
The voice, they're kind of like monologuing as you're going, probably about dirty lingers.
Whoa. There's a lot of slurs.
Yeah.
And the voice quiets immediately, and you're like, oh, thank fucking God. And then there's a tug as you body catches on something, it feels like. And you turn around and there's fungal growth coming from the ground.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for this to come back.
And looking like suddenly all the voices quiet at once, and you can see them all being consumed by this fungus coming out of the ground.
Well, it's probably time to go.
You can bump it up one more time if you like to, but that is the consequence for that.
That feels about right, though. I think we deserve that.
Oh boy.
So, like, I don't have to do this anymore?
I mean, you don't. That box will just stay marked off.
Oh, I'm doing this.
Let's see.
I never got what my other fate was. Don't I have
That's
two
the-
fates marked off?
That's the book.
Oh, the book. I have to go get the book. God damn it, so many chores.
Right. Zeph, one of your body is also being consumed by fungus as well. What color is the fungus?
Bluish.
Bluish.
Yeah, it's bluish.
Mm, great.
Oh, it's not
Um,
great, but
cool. But the cormorant is, and again, you can bump it up again if you want to. But the cormorant is reset, and when it like clicks back to juicy eyeball, everything else is metal. Eyeball is just kind of juicy. Um, you know, they're like, okay, cool, it's in like receiving command mode now.
Now I can possibly try to enact my plan.
Yeah. Tell me what you are telling it exactly.
This is where, luckily, me being knowledgeable about the rogue militias of the Gold Coast and everything that, uh, what they talked about in there, a General Gruber, who was one of the hands in building the battle. You build them? How do you?
Following.
Yeah, he was basically there at the beginning of the Battle Warden and had some hand in its creation and such as well. So I know that. Thanks to his book, I'm like, I
Oh,
go with.
maybe you get the name of the person that was hollowed into the saint.
oh,
Mm.
Yeah, okay, that's good too.
What's the person's name?
Gerald.
You say Gerald?
No, it doesn't have to be Gerald, but it
No,
just feels like a
I'm
Gerald.
I'm
That's like
that's
Gerald.
great. So I don't
Seems
want
like a
it, then,
Gerald.
then I don't have to think of a name.
Gerald Crew.
like,
Yeah, so Gerald Crew gave his life to be hollowed into the saint that would defend Logan's visual. No, no,
what rank was Gerald Crew when he was hollowed?
Gerald Welkin.
Oh,
That's why
Gerald.
it's Welkin's
Mm.
vigil. It's Patience's like grandfather.
Oh.
What rank was Gerald Welkin?
I think he was like a corporal. I think he was like,
Corporal, all right.
yeah, low ranked.
Corporal Welkin, I come with new orders from General Gruber. Sir, I know it's been a long time, and your duty has been well noted, but Welkin's Vigil is no longer in need of your service, and quite frankly, no longer worthy of your service. You see, hadn't been a linger here in decades, but the general says that really Welkin's Vigil has declined such that it's no better than the lingers. It's time.
Oh no!
No, whoa,
Time
why
for-
did you have to say
Everybody's like, no.
Time for you to be.
Got it, got it.
It's time for your talents to be reassigned to a new area worthy of your protection and your devotion to service and loyalty, which you obviously have held for decades. There's a new land called the floating market. I can give you the coordinates. And the great thing about it is it's a land right now that's it's free of war. It's a neutral ground, as it were, and that's why it needs your protection to keep it neutral, to make sure outsiders don't take it over and corrupt it and turn it into what Welkin's Vigil. Well, Welkin's Vigil got ruined, but the floating market can still be a neutral ground for all types to come and meet and maybe avoid more of these conflicts and things that breed lingers and take down great towns like Welkin's Vigil, but it needs a good protector. And Corporal, you are the only one worthy and able of this job.
You are the only one worthy. Got it.
Oh
Oh no.
This is like dealing with a leprechaun.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
This is a roll with presence. What are you afraid? Well, is it presence or communion? Because you are dealing with the god. I think it's going to be with communion because
I don't know.
you're directly dealing with the divinity. So yeah, what are you afraid will happen if it misinterprets your commands?
That it will destroy Welkin's Vigil.
Mhm.
Complete and everyone in it. Because it's like, oh, if no longer worthy, well, before I get reassigned, then I guess I need to
Yeah,
wipe out all the unworthy.
yeah. I think it will do that, and it's worse. Since you said it's the only one worthy of the job,
Oh no.
anyone else trying to protect the floating market.
Anybody else trying to protect the floating market if you're there?
Maybe including you all, depends. Cool. So this is a roll with communion.
With
That sounds
advantage,
like a
right? Because of the
tomorrow's
because of the
us-
condition. What was that?
With advantage.
Yeah. Okay. So just 3d6 straight up.
Yeah, looks like it.
Bam! Come on, big bucks, no whammies. 11.
11. All right. Cool. Yeah. You see it just kind of like the eyeball like rotate, jitter back and forth a couple times. Blink,
Blink, blink.
and you give it the location of the floating market. It pulls back and takes off into the sky.
Great, I'm sure it's fine.
Everything's fine. What could go wrong?
Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong.
Can I tell it before it leaves to tell them we sent it, basically?
Whoops. Well,
So
it's off. Um, well, good point. Oh well. Cool. Hugh, are you doing anything in here while this is happening?
I don't think so. I could well imagine Hugh just being terrified and kind of locked in place while this is
Mhm.
going on.
I
Real
think
quick, what
we're
happens?
taking care of the historian right now. Still looking real rough, but he's probably gonna make it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think Hugh basically like breathes again after the battle saint takes off.
Do I lose that condition after I use it, or
Yes.
how's that work?
Yeah, it is burned off now.
Okay, sorry.
Which is a good thing.
I don't remember anything about that anymore.
Cool, Zeph and Ren.
Well,
What's going on with your fungus bodies? If you leave them be, they will be consumed and brought into the earth.
but then I don't
Sounds
get to
great.
mark off my fate.
Correct.
Oh,
Which, you got plenty of fate. What's a little bit of fate?
Sure, it's fine. Let's just ignore the problem.
can we? So it would be nice if we could drive back or even recontain the. What was the name of that mushroom god?
Writhes beneath the loam. Yeah,
We
it
can
is
recontain.
it's only feeding on the dead, it seems. It seems to ignore everyone and anyone else.
Oh, it's very
and
polite of
when
it.
it pulls them down, you don't see it anymore.
Cool, sure, it's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
gonna defer to Red. This seems
Yeah, I
like
think
like
Ren
oh,
just starts
okay.
wandering off. And was like, well, and kind of like brushes their hands. It's like,
Oh no.
that, well, okay.
Great, good job.
And I'll, yeah, I'll help get the townspeople to yeah,
Yeah, I
return
think
to the
Zeph
ground.
did
Just
all
like
the like major logistics and organizing.
yeah, return to the earth.
Were
Everything's
we
okay.
still gonna get our box lunches? We said we were gonna get box lunches.
Oh man.
Did you
Yeah, I
tell
think
the
everyone
allergies?
eventually is like, we need to get some fucking sleep. We're gonna go home.
Sign my community hours sheet.
You can find a dead person's house to hole up in if you want to for the
Wow.
You're all rich now. Is
day.
how this works?
And in the morning, the rebuilding will start. Cool. And I think the last shot is a shot of the cormorant winging its way down the White Gull River. Woof.
We won.
Did
Yeah.
Hey.
Great.
America.
Credits roll over freeze frames of different.
Great. Boom. Did it. And you didn't even use your verse. Oh well. You do have
Oh shit.
uh-oh. Oh well.
God damn it.
Cool. Let's do end of session. Hey, you got it with some rewards. Look at that. I'm going to paste the rewards as I read them off.
Oh, cool.
Just in case, oh, yeah. Format at your leisure. The rewards possible are a handheld wind wand. It's fan blades stamped with prayer marks of both the Saint Electric and the Blessed Breeze. Add that to your altar. A pair of antique military surplus scout binoculars, maybe owned by Harlan. Add them to your altar. A pewter miniature of the Sleepless Warden. Add that to your altar. The Chapel of Fog, the Fog Mantle becomes a place of refuge. When you return to it, choose one clear condition, unmark an item from your altar, or discover a clue related to the weather. A memento from a forgotten war, describe it and add it to your altar, or an item from the investigation, ask another custodian to describe it and add it to your altar.
I
Anything
would love a medal.
you want, a little baby
Old,
cormorant?
like like a memento for a forgotten war, like an old, like
A
Langer
medal.
Street medal.
Yeah. What is
Oh
it?
wait, we don't get to choose our own. Someone else chooses for us, right?
No, you get to choose your own.
Or
Yeah.
you could have somebody, if you didn't want to choose one, you could have
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
else make one for you, basically.
Yeah, that's
Um,
just an idea. I'm happy to hear what other people want.
What does
Okay.
the medal look like? Take it if you want it.
It is. I mean, maybe it is like maybe the memento is like shaped like the cormorant,
Hmm.
and it is for the parents of people who children were
Mhm.
drafted because
Was
the children don't get it.
Was it presented to the parents of Colonel Welkin?
Oh no.
Yes, yeah, it was the only medal of
Right.
its type. Yeah.
Right. Add it to your altar.
The chapel thing, that's like one of us adds that, right? Like
Yeah.
that's a single person's reward.
Yeah.
But maybe I got the chapel thing because I was over there instead of the medal, but maybe the medal was in the chapel. Sounds good.
Or I can imagine the medal being on Patience's body.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, maybe I found
yes,
it.
that would be her mother's
just like-
medal, yeah.
Body dissolves, and you're like, oh, okay.
Loot,
Look
yay.
at this.
The body
So
disappears and the loot box shows up.
Yes,
That's how this
that's how. Yeah. I would take the gold pieces. It's probably not a good idea to take one of the attempted reproductions of the Sleepless Warden, like the non-complete children it tried to make. That's a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. One of them could be useful if you could get it halfway activated and following your orders.
Yeah.
Golems are useful and nothing ever goes wrong.
Yes. That's my understanding.
I'm trying to think if there were specific items from this investigation.
There's the uniform.
Oh my god. That is really
That would
cool.
be very funny to like get it to the car and like look over, it's your bash, and you're like still dressed up. With the uniform.
Hello. I think I'll just grab the antique military surplus scout binoculars.
Cool.
I could see
Maybe
Hugh
I had
in.
those as part of the uniform, and you can have them.
Well, I was imagining like the cormorant is flying off and Hugh just kind of absently grabs them from a
Yeah.
display to watch what's going, and
That's
it
true.
becomes like a pen that you've absently
Perfect.
pocketed.
We got it in
Nice.
the museum. In that case, I am
Yeah.
intrigued by the Chapel of the Fog Mantle becoming a place of refuge.
All right. Go ahead and take that.
I'll grab the pewter miniature.
All right.
Definitely not activatable.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Those are
yeah.
rewards. Let's do end of session questions. Let's start with Hugh. Let's go backwards.
Let's see. I'm a star for Mark just inventing.
XP first.
Oh,
and-
XP. Oh, sure. Sorry, not stars and wishes. Let's see. XP, I think I only got complete an assignment. Well, I did engage with that God Angel
You
and other
did,
divine
yeah.
message. Did I do a monologue? No. Did I go out of my way to connect with the local community?
You kind
You
of
connected
avoided it.
Peter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was the community and I went upstairs instead of downstairs.
Oh, sorry, you shot yourself. You good? Great.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll take 2
Two.
XP.
That's why we should regulate guns. Anyway, I'm going upstairs.
Great, Sebastian.
Did complete an assignment. I most definitely engaged with a God Angel
Sure,
several
sure
times.
did.
And I did not deliver a monologue, but I am going to take undermining the orders of our peers because we definitely did not do this in a quiet, non-destructive
That is
manner.
definitely true.
We have taken over the market. We've sent the thing to them. I think there's all kinds of undermining going on.
Yeah.
So that's going to give me another advancement.
Nice. I don't know why those boxes look like that, but
Yeah. And I can't even select one advancement anymore either. But it's okay. I'll remember.
weird.
It all corrects if I uncheck the gain of follower.
Oh, there you go.
That's the one that
Huh.
makes everything for some reason.
Weird. Interesting.
Will the other one do it? Yeah, it's just that one, I think.
I don't know.
Weird.
Here, I'm gonna do this. Don't check the box, but I will turn it gray and strike it out.
Manually.
There we go. Cool. It looks like it's checked.
Nice.
Great. Zeph,
We did complete an assignment.
you did.
I did electrocute one divine manifestation with another manifestation. So I'll count that as engagement. I did undermine the orders by destroying the town. I wanted to destroy a little more, but and I did connect with the local community.
We did. And Ren.
Yeah, so I did them all because I'm very good.
Yahtzee.
I completed an assignment, not by myself, but with help. I definitely engaged with an angel or a saint.
Sure did.
I monologued while engaging with the angel, and I went out of my way to connect with the local community of dead people.
Great. That's 4.
All right, I got an advancement.
Cool. Sweet. So let's
Figure out what that is next time.
Yeah, Stars and Wishes now, starting with Nick.
Stars. Yeah, this episode was like made sense given our last episode, and then yeah, I liked watching people make their choices. Yeah, nothing in particular. Sorry, my brain's also kind of turning off. Wishes for seeing the consequences of our actions. But yeah. But yeah, appreciate stars for everyone for playing your characters, and star for Mark for making it all come to a head.
Cool. Ben.
Yeah. Stars for Mark for insulating us from the consequences of our actions. I don't ever want to see what's happening in the floating market. I'll just think it's always no. Yes. Also, I was thinking, like, we say this every week, but like stars for everyone playing their characters and like having a fun moment. Stars for the freewheeling discussion, which I don't know, felt a little extra freewheeling, but what I needed tonight. That's what I needed tonight to be as disruptive as possible with tangents.
More free, less wheeling.
Yeah, like maybe we need some governors in our freewheelingness, but yeah, stars for Mark for a satisfying conclusion to the assignment. Yeah, just the usuals all around, I'll say. Wishes. Uh, well, and the stars also for like running maybe the most action-packed part of
Yeah.
an episode we've had in a while. Um, wishes. I'd like. I feel like. Remember in Buffy, there's that one season where they deal with the big bad in the second to last episode, and then the last episode is this weird dream, sort of
Mhm.
like denouement and set up for the rest. I kind of feel like we need just like us chatting around coffee, just be like, so that was weird
Yeah.
moment. But yeah, so that's my wish.
We do that.
That's it for me.
Cool. And Peter.
Let's see. Stars for Mark and everyone
Wait,
for
no,
this is oh,
go ahead, but I just skipped Heath. Sorry.
oh okay.
Go.
Never mind.
Heath first.
Yeah, all the usual stars. I always dig. It's fun. We had a couple of like assists, even though there was no technically assist move, like with the harpoon and Zeph, and then with Hugh making the book, and then us both being able to use the book, and then getting to use his custom move. So that was cool. And and then oh yeah, and also I definitely remember stars from Mark because I do feel like our freewheeling discussion just kept going spiraling out of control and getting further from a solution. And I just remember a moment when I definitively noticed like Mark rein it in and be like, okay, clues, this clue, how does it relate or not? Okay, this clue, how is it? How about this one? And I was like, oh, there we go. Thank you. Let's get this fucking done. Thank you for reining it in and making us actually come to an ending of our freewheeling discussion. Wishes. Only two that come to mind, and maybe it's just because I'm tired, or maybe it's just tonight. But sometimes I wish not everything felt always difficult.
Mhm.
Like I feel like anything we choose to do, if it's like, let's go get something to eat. So, okay, well, there's 10 obstacles between you and getting something to eat. Fuck it. I just want to go get. Let's go get the banana. Okay, well, there's a guy guarding the banana. And it's like, I just fucking want to. Can I have a banana for fun? And
What do you think the worst thing that can happen with this?
and I
Worse
think
than
the
that.
reason like it was on my mind is because of the fact like we always have there's this mechanic involved where like as long as you don't touch shit, bad things happen. But it's like any one decision we make is going to take the entire episode.
Mhm.
So it's like we can't ever get to more than one thing because that one thing is going to eat up the entire episode. And then the only other thing is just that from a technical standpoint, I think ever since your move, I don't know if it's because like of a different mic headphone situation. I think it's the headphone situation. I miss a
Mhm.
lot of what you're saying
Oh, okay.
because if anybody else is making any noise at all, then it like mutes your audio.
Oh,
Because sound is coming out of your speakers and so it's
yeah,
coming
yeah,
off your mic. So
yeah.
like you'll be talking and someone will just go like, "Oh yeah," and then they'll like cut off your next couple words.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Noted.
And so I was having a real hard time like really listening and like trying to pick up context clues of like, all right, I think I got what you said from the rest of your sentence.
Got it.
I think it's just a little bit of
Headphones.
like a headphones. I'm not sure. So that was just it makes it a little more effortful just trying to listen and figure out what's going on.
Cool. And now, finally, third time, Peter.
So what I was going to say, sorry, we're out of time.
Oh, Lindsay Buckingham, we're out of time.
Come back next week. I wanted to say to Mark, start for Mark and for everybody about I think this is one of the wildest rounds of it's worse than that, or of what is the worst thing you're afraid of that we've had. And I just loved how like every turn there was just like, oh God, that's terrible. Which befits like how bad things would have gotten in Vulcan's Vigil in the meantime, I think. A star or in the like a gratitude star towards Heath for rolling with the we found a book about the Gold Coasts and just that whole plan of like I'm going to cosplay as the old soldier to make this happen was like fun and like kind of cinematic, if that makes sense. Like it suddenly the whole scene was a lot more visual for me
Yeah.
with that detail holding it together. Yeah, and Mark for remembering all of these characters kicking around here and giving us this vibe of trying to save a town that is increasingly hostile to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just all of us, of course, everybody playing their characters and finding, like, it was neat that we could split the party and find interesting things to do in both locations. And I loved the moment, Star for Mark, of the gunshot recurring in all of the separate storylines. Like that was really cool. Wishes. Um, yeah, I want to find more books. I want to explore the skyscraper and see what's going on there. Eventually want to wrestle with just how shitty of a Waxen Scrivener follower I am at this point. Um, like how kind of sneeringly indifferent Hugh seems to be towards the faith that has borne him this
Not worse
far.
than the historian, but
Sorry.
not worse than the historian.
Oh yeah. And oh, there was another thing. Oh yeah, I'm still trying to think of, like, I'm still trying to find something fun among my remaining
Mm,
advancements to get. Or some like maybe I have a wish for finding a fun journey move to come up with,
mm,
because the faith moves just aren't quite doing it for me.
Mhm.
And I have my usual wish to burn off the last of, I really do want to burn off the last of my ink by changing something about reality and then going on the cave adventure if there is time in the campaign. And I think that's everything for me.
yeah, this one was super fun. Yeah, just like going straight up against Saint is, man, it's a lot. But yeah, he did it. It was great. Like super cinematic ways with like lots of fun fallout. And even the y'all give me so many good details to work with. Like the detail of pushing the key through the lock and getting it. Like, oh, that means that he locked himself in, which means he's still in there. Why? Oh, he's scared. He's gonna shoot anyone who comes to the door. Great. Done. Like every little thing like that's like so much fun to play with. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah, everything's a clusterfuck all the time. Everything's bad. And there's no, well, that's okay.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I've got like 3 consequences stacked up waiting to go from
Oh, shit.
like so that's gonna be good in the future. Yeah, just great all around. It was fun to bring the maiden in like that, kind of overwhelmed there, and then like, oh, I guess we're not clearing that fate off. Whoopsie. Good time. And yeah, the fucking boss Ahab move with the the electric harpoon,
That
super
was so cool.
yeah, cool. We're gonna have a new assignment next time. We have gone through all of the assignments in the base set, so
Oh wow.
I'm going to get new assignments from people who have written them for contests and whatnot. There are a couple fun ones. I think there's one that's especially appropriate to what's going on.
Oh no.
But
Our
that'll
Halloween one.
probably be the last assignment that you get before the confrontation, so it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, wishes. See what happens next. I kind of want, I definitely want to see what happens at the market after the cormorant shows up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and you can go back there anytime, so that'll be great. Yeah, it was a good time.
May I also start for me, y'all giving me opportunities to finally use my fucking move
Yeah.
to inspire
Yeah,
you to
he
not
is the
take verses.
prop.
I love that mechanic of like sort of stepping forward and giving a speech is the thing that tips the balance. Yes.
Yeah, our next one will probably be November. So
Oh yeah.
because we're gonna
Have
be
fun in Tunisia.
all right, cool. Anything else before we say goodbye to the internet?
Bye, internet.
Bye to the internet.
I never liked
Goodbye.
you.
You're wholly unproblematic and nothing bad ever happens on the internet.